Welcome to the Skidoo Lounge, man. I got with me today is a special guest. I've known this man for a quarter of a century. We've kind of met up here and there in the last few years, and he hit me up not long ago talking about him getting his content creating career off the ground. So I figured I'd try to help out any way I could. So we're gonna have him on today and kind of talk about life and gaming and his Milsim group and his content that he's got going on. I think YouTube, Twitch. He's got a Twitter as well. Sorry, X. My apologies, and X.
Yeah, it's not
And
twatter
so,
anymore.
without further ado, man, he goes by Will Skate for Ganja, but I'll affectionately call him BB occasionally. So, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hello, sir. I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's
What
great.
was
Been too
wh-
long, man.
what what was Dave Chappelle's the announcer guy? He does the news broadcast service. That's what you just sounded like, bro.
I love his
Chuck,
white voice, dude.
Chuck.
Yeah. Oh god, can't quote too much Chappelle. I'll get canceled. Be
Love
canceled
him, love
before
him.
I even get off the
But
ground here.
so why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about like where your name comes from, the whole Will Skate for Ganja,
Oh
what games you
yeah.
play, early life shit. What's the first game you remember? Which one's the first made the biggest impression on you? What led you to getting into the games you play now, etc.
Well, we'll skate for ganja. I mean, obviously, ganja, stoner, I've always been a little stoner, dude, since I was a kid. uh I think the first time I came up with that name, dude, was Xbox 360. I want to say. When I had my first like online account, man. Back in the what was our fucking
BBS
BBS? Yes, BBS. Right, we did those MLG matches and all that
with
thing, man.
Timmy and Cole.
Yeah, yeah. Timmy Lee and Cole. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was Will Skate for weed and then Will Skate
Yeah,
for hemp or some shit like a
yeah,
weirdo. Who
yeah,
skates
yeah.
for
You
hemp?
want to you want to know what was even weirder than that? Actually, a little sidebar here that I find pretty cringe, but also kind of funny. So anyway, I wanted to get back into console gaming, right? Before I got into PC gaming, which thank Christ
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went the PC route. I love PC way better. Anyway, um, so I met back up with Timmy. God, this was years ago, right? Well, I get an Xbox One. He's got an Xbox One. I was making my account. I go to try to make my name, right? Will Skate for Ganja. Error. There's
Can't
someone who
do it.
has that name. What the fuck? Who would have that name? That's so obscure, right? Like, there's nobody who would have that name. You know who was
Nobody.
using the name? Timmy Lee took that name and ran with it. He does not skateboard, never did in his life. Why? Like that is just. Uh
Who was the Will or who was the other Will Skate for Tacos?
oh, that was one of mine. That was you're right. Oh my god, you're right. It started with Will Skate for Tacos, and I changed it to Will Skate for Ganja, mainly because everybody thought I was a fucking Mexican. Like I
That's
mean, like
fucked up.
all the
Damn.
time. Right? Yes. Which nothing wrong with being Mexican, but I just got
No, of
tired of
course
hearing it.
not. Of course
I
not.
just got tired of hearing it all
But
the time.
the way you said it,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you
But
just you
anyway,
sent me that shit earlier, and you were like, "It's not what you say; it's how you say it." So
yeah, 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 yeah. That's true.
a
That's
little
true.
play on
Fair,
play.
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I'd actually. Damn, dude, I had totally forgotten about that. Holy
You're
shit.
welcome, bro. I've got a great
Yes,
memory.
that is gold, man. Oh my god. Yeah,
You're
you're
welcome,
right.
dude.
So yeah.
I still remember this little inside joke that nobody in the world except Dylan Smith will know this. What's that purple thing?
Oh my god.
That was
Oh.
the first time I ever seen any kind of shit. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that thing?"
Oh my god, that is hilarious. How do you remember
Yeah.
these things? That's so crazy.
I,
Well, hey, once you bring them
honestly,
up,
bro,
though,
meditation and shit.
I need to start getting into that because, like, truly, dude, I started getting into. I seen some video the other day, right? Like, I think I was on Twitch and I just got done streaming, and some chick was doing ASMR, but not a dirty, sexualized ASMR like a real one, right? And it's like
Right,
if
right.
if someone's really good at ASMR and like it's like a guided meditation along with it type deal. You know what I'm talking about? Have you
Mhm,
ever seen any of the
mhm.
ASMRs like that?
Oh, yeah.
And she
Oh,
was
yeah.
really, really good, dude. Like really good. And I was like, holy crap, man! Like you can literally feel like your nerve endings tingling and shit, like
Mhm.
meditative state. It's really crazy. So that's something
Dude, w
I just found out about, and I want to explore more. That's crazy.
something I'm actually this weekend, actually, I'm getting ready to go to, it's one of my mom's peoples that I've only seen her one time, but, Shell also, you remember Shell, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She does past life regressions and shit, bro, and I've always wanted to try that to see what that's all about. Uh,
Dude, that's interesting. I would love to
dude,
do
it's
that.
wild. Dude, there's an episode of Skidoo's Lounge I did with her. It was like episode 3 actually or 4 or something like
I
that. She
was
came on and she's
I was sorry to interrupt. I was actually checking out a few of them. I seen hers pop up. I need to
yep,
watch that, man, because
dude,
me and
it's
her
wild.
spoke a little bit about stuff because I had this like eternal crystal oracle card set thing I was gonna
Yeah,
give to
dude.
her whenever I see her because I had never used it. I can't remember where I'd gotten it, but we had spoken about it. I'd love to have like card reading done or do stuff like that. That's super super cool.
Dude, she did a card dude, watch that episode, bro, and you'll just I promise you, you'll get chills, bro. It's wild. But she's supposed to come on again. We could probably have both of you come on with if you want to ever do a doubles.
Oh
But
yeah, absolutely. That would
um,
be awesome.
have you ever been able to like at now, I don't know if it's legitimately called astroplane, but like have you been able
Oh,
to like
yes. Dude, that's crazy you
REM
bring that
sleep and all
up,
that other shit?
bro. Oh my gosh, that's crazy you bring that up. That's wild actually
Mhm.
because
See?
I had started getting into it like a little sidebar, I guess, in a sense. Like I've had a pretty colorful past, right? Like I got into drug addiction real
We'll
bad,
get into that. We'll get
and
into
yeah,
that.
yeah, we'll get into it deeper like later. But I was into it real bad and stuff, right? And at one point in my life, I ended up going to prison for a year. So while I was in there, I mean, there's not much you can do outside that. Like you have to really get out of your own mind or like explore your inner mind in ways, use your imagination, explore like stuff like that, or you'll go fucking crazy, man. Because like a lot of times you get locked down and you're in a cell 23 hours a day, and if like if you don't have access to like you can only read a book so many times, there's only access to so many books. It's actually pretty fucked up in a lot of the way people are forced to live in a lot of those circumstances. And granted, everybody has done something they have to pay a penance for or whatever, but in my case it was a victimless crime. I was a drug addict, got caught with possession of drugs, and it's just ridiculous if you ask me. But anyway.
He likes to I like how you do that, like, "Ah, I was a victim's crime," like, fucking bastards. No,
Yeah,
you're right, fucking
yeah. Well,
cocksuckers.
well, I guess that's not necessarily true. I myself was a victim, and my family and anybody who loved or cared about me was also a victim in the
Right,
sense of
right.
drug
No,
addiction.
but we know what
But
you're talking we know what you're saying.
yeah, so getting outside of your own mind. I started this while I was incarcerated, actually. Right, I had to kind of just try to go with it without any insight in how to actually make it happen or anything to like help me, ease into it or anything because I didn't have any
Mhm.
of the resources, to
They don't allow
uh,
that, did you know that?
no, really,
So real quick, t so I'll give you a real sidebar real quick, time out.
Mhm.
Uh, my boy Kaze, that I'm really good friends with, his name's Jeb. Um, he works in Arizona at a correct like a federal or I don't know if it's federal or private. I do apologize for that. It may be private, it may be federal, regardless. They don't allow anything like that inside the prison system because they don't want prisoners to start to begin to get that mindset of like, like any kind of there's like no stoicism shit.
Wow,
There's no like mind over power shit.
I can
There's
believe
no
it.
like 20 fucking levels of power. None of that shit's gonna be in the prison system for that exact reason. It's all gonna be like fantasy, true crime shit,
Oh
etc.
yeah,
Continue,
oh yeah.
sorry.
Oh no, I mean I was just saying, like I can. That's very interesting. I've never heard that, but I can totally believe
He
it
told no,
because
he's a prison guard. He told us. He like that's
because
on
I
another episode as well.
Because I know when I was trying to like find resources and stuff on it being incarcerated, like it was impossible. Like, and not
Mhm.
only in the sense that there was no like anything from it. I mean, even more so on another level than that. I mean, jail's even worse than prison in a lot of senses. Like when I was incarcerated and the certain jail, I won't even name drop the jail, but
You ain't got to. You
it
ain't
was
got
yeah.
to.
I
It's all
mean, it
good.
was horrible. Like they don't allow you to have any books in there, right? So the only books you have access to are somehow, I don't know how, but they ended up on your pod and some people had them, they got passed around and traded, but there was no library that you could go to. You couldn't get any reading materials. You have these tablets, but if you can't pay or you don't have the money to put stuff on them, you don't have access to them. They'll take them away from your whole
So
pod if someone breaks into it to use the battery for lighters, this and that. So it's back in the day there was a physical library, right, with actual books you could
right, that
get.
you could smoke and all
Yeah,
that shit.
right. They're doing away with all that. So there's no physical library anymore. The lack of books is crazy, and the tablets aren't always given to you or don't always work. So, I mean, without those books, I mean, you really have to look within yourself and your own mind and try to, really meditate and clear your mind or you'll go crazy. And I feel like a lot of times they want that, you know?
You know
So,
what's funny? I think that the judicial system is what led to the current state of lack of faith in the government itself. Like, people were being fucked over, being falsely arrested, being this and being that. Like there's jails in Mississippi, bro, that people stay a year and a half after their fucking release date just
Oh
because
yeah.
paperwork can't get done fast enough. Like
Oh yeah.
you start losing faith in I cannot talk in the judicial system.
Mhm.
And then it's like, well, where else do you go? Well, then it's the legislators. Well, they're passing the laws that their fucking cocksucking asses are making money off of.
Yeah,
Well, now I hate them. And then it
for
goes,
sure.
oh, well, who's electing these motherfuckers? Oh, the federal government's putting these bitches in office. Well, fuck them too. You know
Oh, for
what I
sure.
mean? Like,
I mean, one of the craziest things, man, when I was incarcerated in a jail, okay, jails are not supposed to be like prison and shit like that. Like you're not supposed to be locked in your cell 23 hours a day and have 1 hour out. And the only reason you have that 1 hour out is because they legally have to give you an hour out, or it's against the fucking law. And the average prisoner, just like Joe Schmo going in there, could even be a DUI arrest, whatever. Everybody on this floor was getting locked down for that time because they were that short staffed. Like nobody wanted to work there. They couldn't get, prison guards or whatever, or jail guards to work. So they would
did you by
shut down the
chance
whole
tell us
floor.
what year this was?
This was only 2.5, 3 years ago. Not a long time
Fair
ago
enough.
at all.
So 22?
Yeah, yeah. So and then with COVID and stuff going on, it spread around quickly. They wouldn't do anything to protect the inmates. They would people knowingly had it, right, and they would still like keep you in the same area with a bunch of people that didn't have it. If it was so hazardous for your fucking health, why weren't they concerned about anybody's well being? I mean, it's just a lot of craziness, dude. Really an eye opener, you know.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind. So let's go ahead and back up way the fuck back because we went on a little bit of a tantrum there and just
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
for
started
sure.
rolling with shit.
I'm bad for that.
So it's all good. So what's the first game you remember playing?
Let me think here. Remember playing it? Oh, okay. My mom had a Nintendo Entertainment System, right? The old NES. We had Duck Hunter with the fucking little shotgun, that you'd shoot, and the
Mhm.
little dog would come get the ducks and shit. We had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which I did not know until later on. Did you know that they made that game extremely motherfucking hard on purpose so you couldn't beat it? So you would invest and spend more time and hours in playing the game because it was originally made for arcade?
So do
I
you think
found that
that
out
was one
later.
of real quick though, but do you think that was like one of the first times that that's happened? Because there's also a game I've but
Oh,
go
I
ahead,
bet you
try
that's
out. We'll
happened
get
a
we'll
lot because they
Oh,
were
I'm
they
sure
were
it is.
made, you know what I mean, for an arcade, and you pay until you lose your lives, and then you have to pay again, right? So they want to make it as hard as possible to keep the fucking money flowing. It just makes sense, obviously. But
Right, right.
but yeah, those are
They
the
started shutting
first.
down arcades and shit for people that don't know that. Like, keep going.
Yeah, yeah, but those are the first few games I really remember. There was another one too. I'm trying to recall. It was all on that system, the old school Nintendo Entertainment System. Remember Duck Hunter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I remember that
Um,
shit.
Man, what was the other one? It was like Commandos or some shit. Like you were fighting like aliens and stuff, but it wasn't Space Invaders because you were like an actual commando with a gun and shit. Wish I could
Yeah,
remember the name
I
of
couldn't
it,
tell you some dumb shit like
but
that, but
but yeah, like old school Nintendo, man. My mom's
right,
a
right.
real one for that,
Now,
dude.
were those
Having
the
that.
games that impressionated you to want to continue playing games? Was that like your first like, "Oh, this shit's awesome. This
Oh
is how
yeah,
I'm
for
gonna spend
sure.
my free time," or
Yeah, I think so for sure. That and then, like, dude, I was, uh, a spoiled kid in a sense. Like I had great parents. Like anytime like new video games came out, like when I was a young child, like before I became like too much to deal with, and didn't really get showered with too many gifts and praise. But yeah, before that, I mean, I was, I mean. You know what I mean? You would come over and kick it. We always had the, game
Yeah.
systems and stuff. So my parents like fueling my passion with games and gaming definitely like kept me along that route, you know what I mean? Because they always like allowed me to have that outlet, because
Yeah, yeah.
as a child, I mean, like you can't afford that shit, so like or anything. So the only way to like play, like if I wouldn't have had them being able to do that, like would be going to friends' houses or like something like that. So
I remember the
yeah,
2 games that made the biggest impression on me in life, honestly, were at your crib. One of them was that Starship Troopers game,
dude, I love Starship
and
Troopers. Yes,
the other one was, like, Dark Age of Camelot, I think, or Dark
hell
Camelot,
yes, Dark Age of Camelot,
some
bro.
shit like
You got it right
so, like,
initially.
I would say actually 3 games. Even World of Warcraft was also a big game that had an impression on me, but that's more like
Oh
mainstream
yeah,
shit. These other ones, I don't think many people play. But I remember only being on, like, RuneScape and shit like that, and then I would come over and be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this Dark Age of Ca" like, you would just
yeah.
have so much other shit going on, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was really lucky for that, man. Like my parents paid for that shit because it was that Dark Age Camelot was just like WoW. It was like $15 a month to play it. So, and
Mhm.
fun fact, Dark Age of Camelot is actually still actively going, bro. But like,
That's insane.
dude,
That's 20
yeah.
years at least.
Oh, dude, I want to say 2001 is when it came out. I think.
Yeah, easily 20
Yeah.
years.
So I quit playing it a few years back. You know, I'd always end up coming back to it, but I haven't in a few years now. I'm probably due for my next return, but it's the
I've
live
low-key
servers aren't the best now population wise. There's a free shard though called Eden that you can get and play through, and it's linked through like your Discord account,
hmm,
so you could try it out and play for free. And I was thinking about doing that
I
because its
have Discord,
population's
but I've
better.
been thinking about taking Gunny up on his did you see his Facebook post earlier the other day? It was talking about some game, said it reminded him of, like, old school RuneScape. I think it'd be cool to get the old gang back the old band back together for a RuneScape run, like a Red Capes
Yeah.
fucking clan or something.
Was it what was that game? I just watched some video of Asmongold playing a game that was like it was more of a World of Warcraft clone than a RuneScape clone, but it's brand new MMO and I think it's free, but I can't remember the name of it right now. I wonder if that was what he was talking about.
I don't know, I'll have to check that out too.
But
I'm not a big fantasy person though, bro. That's my biggest problem.
I
Like I can only like RuneScape was cool because it had
yeah,
all the elements. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, see, World of Warcraft is a little too over the top for me. I liked classic WoW back in the day just because it was fun. Like even
Yes.
even though it was
Yes.
way over the top, it was based off of
But it was
the
cool.
Warcraft games and stuff. So it had a
Yeah.
lore behind it in that sense, and it was just done right. So it was more comic booky type deal in cell shaded graphics. So it was it was artsy and it was still good.
They
And
took their motherfucking time.
the raids were what was so good. Like, I mean, dude, not even like big raids. Let's just say dungeons, because you could go and do the first dungeon that was there, the Dead Mines, dungeon
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Westfall, and like
I
it
know all about
actually
raids and
had
shit.
real like dungeon mechanics, and it was fun. But like Dark Age of Camelot just had great PvP. Like it was called RVR, Realm versus Realm,
Yeah, it
and
was
it
really
was
cool.
like keep and castle sieges with trebuchets, catapults,
Yes.
pouring hot oil
That
on
shit was
each other
dope.
and shit. Yeah. So yeah, it was great.
Did you ever play did you ever play For Honor?
No, I've heard about it, but I don't think I've ever tried it. Actually,
I I wish they would have done more of something like that with that. Like they made it too much like stick and predicting, if you will. Like the
yeah.
block and shit. I have to predict which
Well, that's kind
uh
of. Have you seen my? I mean, I've had a good bit of content lately of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's not required to predict which way they're going to be attacking and stuff like. But if you can master strike them and do some like gnarly finishers and shit like that. As far as like
hmm,
sword combat, uh, and supposed to like be like realistic. I don't think I've ever played a game that feels as realistic, but is also as like satisfying to play as Kingdom Come Deliverance
well, I don't
2.
think they would be able to get a PvP version of that. But like that's why I've always liked PvE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you got people
Well,
together and you're like fucking shit up together.
what?
That's like the old Lord of the Rings game. Remember that shit where you fucking
Oh yeah,
level
those
them up?
were good.
Yeah,
We used to play
yeah,
those together too all the time. I had all of
yeah.
them. I had the Fellowship one.
Fellowship, Twin
I think
Towers, every Return of the King.
did they have a Fellowship one or was it just Twin
Yes.
Towers? They have that Fellowship, didn't they?
No, they had a Fellowship one, but that one
Yeah.
was boring.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. Twin Towers was my favorite, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, that's
Return of
when
the
shit
King
really
was good
picked up.
too. Twin Towers was
Fucking
fucking
legendary.
incredible. That game was so good. Yes. I
Legendary.
loved it, that last, big battle, like the Twin Towers battle where you had to go and, like,
Yes.
hurry up and kick over the ladders so the old orcs wouldn't, like, overrun the
And they
top of the
never
castle.
forced you to keep going. Like you could sit there and literally just
Oh, yeah,
fucking
you could
kill
just slaughter the
fucking orcs
fuckers.
for hours.
Yeah, yeah, that shit was awesome, dude. I remember that game. That was a great game. They haven't made any, like, good, like, hack and slash games, like dude, they even made Game Boy versions of
Hell
those games
no.
that were good? I don't play too many hack and slash type games, though. I haven't since I was, kid,
I only
probably.
play with people I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just
Yeah.
sit shit gets boring. It's only
Well,
fun if you're playing with people.
you know what a hack and slash kinda hack and slash, but not really. I don't know. Have you heard of a game? What the fuck is it? Hold on, let me pull it up. Somebody's Half Sword or some shit like that.
No.
Dude, it's
Bannerlord is the only game I've gotten into lately for a console that's any kind of hack and slash. Bannerlord's kind of like Arcade 2D2.
Okay, so yeah, it is on Steam, and it's free right now because it's in like beta version. It's called Half Sword. It is so good, bro, and it's got like gnarly ass graphics and shit. I thought I had it in my library already, but maybe I don't have the demo in my library. Man, I need to re-download
Did
it.
you ever get, Delta Force downloaded?
Yeah, I got Delta Force downloaded. I
Yeah, that's
uh
another
I
one you
tried
should
it
stream
out.
tonight, bro.
Dude, I was trying to stream it. It's not optimized very well. It just had an update. It might be better now, but I tried playing it and streaming it on launch, and its optimization was ass for PC. I thought,
What?
yeah, dude. I mean, it's a
That
fucking.
sucks.
I mean, in my opinion, okay, the game is cool and fun with that campaign, like the Black Hawk Down campaign. I think it's cool and fun just because I just love that story setting era, and it's actually fun to
Yeah.
play. I mean, I think, but with all the explosions and all the everything going off. And I have a 3050, RTX 3050. I have 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4. Like I don't have a shitty computer, and it was still like kind of, it just didn't feel optimized at all with all those explosions
Yeah.
and all this going off. And I had the graphics even toned down, and it still just wasn't ideal to stream for me at least. I need to invest in a better gaming rig.
Don't we all?
I need to get I want to build a desktop. So it's the
So let's go ahead and we'll talk about. Like I was telling you before we got on air. I think it's funny. I think we should definitely talk about the whole graduation, the graduation story,
oh man,
um,
yeah.
in that whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, that was
You
definitely
should tell it
something.
though, because you're the motherfucker that was driving.
Oh man. Well, it all started out, we were up partying, right? We were at, a
It was
bonfire.
graduation, dude.
It was
Kept like
graduation, right?
I want to make a
Bonfire in
small
the
note before.
woods, man.
Yeah, I want to make a small note before he gets really going. We weren't the only seniors at this fucking party.
Hell no.
So
Yeah. Hell no.
continue.
So, we were
They
just
need to
having a
know because of the fucking shit that happened to us. Keep
Oh
going.
yeah,
Keep
yeah,
going.
yeah. But there was okay, so we were having a big bonfire party in the woods, right? And it wasn't, mind you, it wasn't even our party. We didn't throw the party or anything, even.
Fuck no.
And
Our party made the papers, damn it.
yeah, yeah. I have that news article sitting in
I
my
know. I
office here on
saw
the
that in
wall.
your picture and it made me smile.
Yeah. Oh God. But anyway, so like we stayed up all night, right? We didn't sleep at all, drinking. Like I can't even tell you how much we drank. Like a lot, dude. Multiple cases of beer for sure. Smoking mad weed, whatever.
All right.
Well, we had a practice graduation that morning. Yes. Yeah, you heard me right. Practice fucking graduation.
Yes.
So
And everybody else made the smart decision of going to bed.
yeah, yeah. Everyone else fell asleep, but yeah, me and Gorilla, no, no, no. We stayed up, pounding more beer, smoking more weed. And was like, oh well, we can't miss this, mock graduation, or we won't be able to walk, man. My mom will fucking
Yeah.
kill me, bro. Like
My
we got,
mom will kill me.
yeah, dude, we gotta go. I was like, fuck, man. All right. Well,
Luckily,
also,
we put our shit at Dylan's house.
yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Thank God, thank Christ. Anyway, so we had to
Do you think
leave.
about that? Do you think if
Remember,
we would have left your do you think if we would have brought your shit from your house and just dressed at that place
it
for
would have
like
saved us. But you know what? What also would have saved us that my mom pointed out after that fact. I was driving my mom's car. Okay, when we partied that night. Remember, because my car had a fucking bent rim.
the donut, yeah, and
It
then we
had it
switched
had a bent
cars
rim.
when we got to your
So
house.
so we got to my house and we switched cars. But do you remember why we switched cars? Because we were running late and we wanted to smoke a
Yes,
motherfucking cigarette on the goddamn
yes, and
way.
we couldn't smoke in your mom's car, I
And
remember
we
that.
couldn't smoke in my mom's car, dude.
Yeah,
So we drove my car with the bent rim, and we were running late, mind you, because we had to hurry up,
yeah,
shower, change. We were shit faced drunk
and
still.
no one will ever know what 133 is unless you've lived here.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And that part of the road, mind you, we were. It sounds crazy because we were out partying at a bonfire because the fire was hot and roaring enough, but it was raining that whole fucking night, dude. Do you realize that? Do you remember
Yeah.
that? Like it was literally. Do
Well,
you remember?
it started in the early
It
morning, like
wasn't. It
3 or 4,
wasn't
I remember that.
downpouring. It wasn't
Yeah, I
downpouring.
remember that.
But it was a light rain, like 10
But I
hours,
also
dude,
need to
for, like
point out that the fire took place on the cross town, so we had to cross town
oh,
already to
yeah,
get
yeah,
to your house.
yeah,
Like, we would have been fine had we not been in your car, period.
for sure, for sure. And so right there with it had been raining for, like, 10 hours, right? So after we had swapped cars, got my piece of shit, I'm smoking a cigarette, we're driving up 133, we're running late, so I'm not even really speeding though. I'm speeding a little because it's 55 and I may have been going 65, but I wasn't like fucking flying at all.
I think we were still dressing, bro. I think, like, you were putting your tie on, like, there was
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
going on
yeah, yeah. There was a
besides you
lot going on.
smoking a cig.
Yeah, I know, and I was smoking a cigarette too, but it's not like I was driving reckless or speeding, and I wasn't swerving or going
No,
all over the road or
no,
nothing like that at all.
no.
And
To this day, I
there was
say that
somebody
shit. To this
behind
day, I
me.
don't blame you.
Yeah, and there was someone behind me that seen it happen too, and they said the same thing. Like I was
Rachel.
not, yeah, I was not driving erratically. It was, none of that. So we hydroplaned a spot there in that turn in the road. It had been raining for a long
Yep,
time, and I had that little bent rim. I guess it just the
by
tire,
Lucas Road.
yeah, by Lucas. I guess it bounced enough with the water there, and dude, I fought it for a long time. And at first, we were going off to the right side, which we would have dove off of a fucking
Into
embankment
the
into a
river and
creek and
probably
fucking
died.
died. Yeah, probably died. So, yeah, I fought it and saved it as much as I could and brought us, into a field on the left side, and we rolled like twice.
Into embankment, yeah, into an
Yeah,
embankment.
into an embankment, flipped over it, and rolled off into the field embankment there. I got shot and flew over to the passenger side, busted the passenger window out with my face, and your body stopped me
But
from
I
going
had
out
my
the window.
seatbelt, yep, I had my seatbelt on.
Yeah, and he had the seatbelt on, so it stopped my body from going all the way out the window, and I fucked his ribs, I broke his ribs and shit, bruised the
Dude,
side of his body all up because I smacked into him so
dude,
hard. And yeah,
Rachel stops for us.
yeah, yeah, and she seen it happen, so she
She's a
stops.
graduate.
Yeah, she was graduating with us. She stops, and mind you, we're fucking like I have burn holes in my. No, hold
Dylan's
on.
got a concussion. Oh,
I'm
DB's
let me.
got a concussion.
Yeah, I got a concussion, completely bad, dude. Like I'm knocked shitless, retarded, and I don't think you were very too lucid either, really. So
Because
I don't
you
even
hit
know
the
what's
fucking
going on.
window.
Yeah, like I don't even know what's going on, dude, at all. I get thrown in the back of her car, and we rush to the school. Dude, I don't know why she figured it was a good idea to take me to the fucking school there. She didn't know the
Her
extent.
dad was a first responder. That's
Yeah,
what made me
yeah,
even I think that's what saved us, though,
like
at the same time.
yeah, because it could have been so much worse. Like it could have been so much worse for
Definitely
sure.
not
But like
fleeing a scene, all that shit.
yeah, yeah. But so
"Don't let me
we
get
go
no
up
way,
to the we
bitches."
yeah, we go up to the school and I'm sitting there and I was like, "Fuck, you got to go up and get your cap and gown." I was like, "I got to go up and get my cap and gown." I look down, I have like my face is all bloody from me busting the window out my face. I look down, I got burn holes in my shirt from the cigarette I was
Got
smoking,
mud everywhere.
mud everywhere, burn holes and blood in my shirt from the cigarette and stuff I was smoking when I rolled it, and yeah, it was crazy. Someone went and got my
A
cap and
good
gown.
sign.
I remember they walked us into the cafeteria. We start to do mock graduation, right? I was like, "Oh my god, am I really getting away with this? No one has seen anything." My dumbass was really thinking that because I was so fucked up at this
I
point,
did too, I thought we were good, dude.
like knocked stupid. My car's sitting in the ditch still on 133, and
Right,
I'm thinking
right,
we're good. Like, dude, that was close,
right.
right? Oh, and I was sitting there in the auditorium, right? Fading in and out of
Hostler comes in.
consciousness. I'm fading in and out of consciousness, mind you. So I don't even know what's going on. Our principal comes in with the cops. There's two cops standing at the doorway, and he
State
walks
Highway
over.
Patrol.
Yeah, state highway patrol standing at the doorway, and he walks over to come grab me. He taps me on the shoulder because I'm nodding in and out of consciousness to like wake me up, and says, "Come with me." I get up and turn and walk the opposite direction away from him because I'm so
Yeah.
fucked in the head and don't know what's going on. He
Yep,
fucking runs after me, grabs me, turns me around, and walks with me towards the cops.
yep.
Oh my god, that was nuts. And practice graduation, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows what that is, but I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as the real deal to an extent. So, like, the whole fucking school was there.
Everybody
Everybody,
was there,
every
dude.
teacher,
Yeah,
people's parents, families, and stuff were even there
yeah, it
and
was
stuff. It was
bad.
fucking bad, dude. It was bad.
I had to
Like,
walk home, so that was even worse. I
yeah,
had to
like,
walk all the way back to that tent where we
dude.
partied at the night prior, dude. That was fucking stupid. I was pissed. Then I had to call my mom and
Yeah,
explain to her, like, "Hey, man, I can't walk."
yeah.
And that was even tougher.
And mind you, my mom works for the fucking school, dude. She's a fucking school bus driver for the
Hey,
fucking school. And I just got
yeah, that's
arrested in
fucking
front of the
hilarious.
whole town at practice
Yep,
graduation. Yeah, that
yep.
yeah, that didn't
It made us closer, bro.
yeah, dude, we've been through some fucking shit, right? So I get arrested and walked out of there. And the funniest thing, I do remember this distinctly, right? I'm in handcuffs, dude, doing like the perp walk with handcuffs, and I'm in a cap and gown still, right? And the
That's the funniest shit.
cop was being really cool and shit, right? I get brought
'Cause
to the
you
state
know
highway. Huh? You what?
he knows. He knows what the fuck's up.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, 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 for sure.
like,
That's what I'm saying. When I got to the State Highway Patrol office, right, and I'm walking in there cap and gown cuffed, every other cop was like, "Oh, man, what the fuck are you doing? You
yeah,
arrested a graduate? What the fuck?" They were all dogging
yep.
him, dude. For real. They felt
But
bad
nothing
about
you could
even
do
having.
about that.
Right, right.
But
You could tell they felt bad about it, you know what I
the
mean?
most
Like,
fucked up thing about that story is you getting your speakers stolen from your fucked up car.
oh, yeah,
That
dude. So, we had rolled the car so bad that the fucking trunk was ripped off of the car.
mhm,
Well, I
mhm.
had a big ass fucking amp and subwoofers, two 12-inch duals, with a
They
2,000-watt
busted.
amp in the back of my fucking car. Well, someone just rolled down the road, stole my fucking subs out the back of my car while I was laying there and I was knocked out, I guess. Yeah, that's wild, dude.
Straight
I
up
almost forgot
took
about
it.
that.
Now I
Oh,
cannot remember. I will tell you this much, and I can't admit this. I don't remember. We didn't. Did you? Were you with Stephanie at graduation or before graduation, or was this was this later? Because I remember
um,
later down the line we had. Was it another incident?
yeah, we're the underage drinking. That's what's on my wall. The one with the party,
Yeah, the
or
college. Yeah, yeah. Not
and
the college.
and
Yeah,
and
but yeah, the high
and
school.
they
The
had
night that we
her arrested at first. So I went out there and talked to the
was
cops.
that
I ended up
later
getting
or
arrested.
before?
That was after. Yeah, this was after that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had already got told the shittiest thing about like all that probably like my charges. Like I think I got like an underage drinking that ended up going away. I had to. I forget what. Like I got some serious trouble, but nothing like too bad. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, of course.
like, the shittiest part, dude, I couldn't walk at graduation, and my mom was, like, pissed, bro. That was the worst thing, I think, out of that whole
The
ordeal.
craziest thing about that is how fucked up the ending to our high school was, but then like that whole next summer, bro, was just wild.
It was
Like
great, wasn't it? That's like, dude, I was just thinking
to this
about that the other
day,
day. That was, like, the best, like, summer of my life, bro, for sure. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Young, carefree, I was in love, like,
I
literally
was
in
in
love,
love.
for, like, the
Yep,
first time. So, like, yeah, dude, it was,
yep. That was
yeah, it was
good
a great
times,
time.
bro.
A great time in life,
And we
man,
could
for real.
spend it together. I
Yeah.
remember going to the Reds game, fucking drinking the moonshine before we had to go in and shit.
Oh,
Like
yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. We
miss
had some
those
great
girls, bro.
times.
I miss that friendship.
Oh,
That
me
I
too.
miss those. I
Me
miss
too,
them
dude.
dearly. But
Because they were like best friends, we were like best friends. I loved her,
yeah, it
it
was
was just great.
cool.
It
Like
was a
you
great
don't
time.
get that anymore, bro. It
Right,
never
right.
happens anymore.
You know what's really
It was
wild?
a good
She
time.
ended up marrying and having kids with a guy by the name of my name, spelled the
Yeah,
exact same way and everything.
Dylan bitch or sorry, fuck.
No, first name. First
Piece
name.
of shit. You set me up for that.
No, first name, but not last name. But I just think that's wild, bro.
Yeah,
Because like,
that is
a lot of
wild.
people don't even spell my name like that, not with DY, you know?
Name the 5 top or top or name the 5 top
Dylan,
rappers
Dylan,
alive.
Dylan.
Dylan, Dylan.
I used to get that all the time, bro. Oh, hey, and that makes me think of flying Hawaiian, bro. Used to say that to me all the time.
Oh
But
yeah,
also that summer, he's no longer with us, bro.
Jeremy.
Jeremy,
Yep.
bro.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah, dude. Do you remember when we we went down in my campground down there and had that big ass bonfire, right? And Jeremy had
Dude.
that car, and we were hanging onto the hood as he was doing donuts in the yard. Hanging on the hood as he's doing
Yes.
donuts in the yard.
Yes. Dude,
Dude.
we need to link up at some point, and I've got a like a not like a I don't know. We got to link up and do some work together because I've got this thing that I've been writing here lately, and I think your story would be a good addition to it. But
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
continue forward. I miss Jeremy all the time. I talk about Jeremy quite often, actually.
Yeah, dude. I have his
He's actually my like he was the one that like showed me the underworld.
yeah, dude. Yeah, he's a fucking crazy dude. And you know what's fucking even crazier about that, bro? They're both gone. She just passed away a few years ago also.
Who?
Angela. Angie.
Yeah, dude, you want to hear some fucked up shit about that actually? So
What?
I had heard she passed away.
Yeah.
And I like it wasn't like I think Shell told me actually on that podcast episode that we did, she told me, and that's obviously sad as fuck, and due to it when she told me that it was insane. Because
Mm-hmm.
she had told me when that podcast was going, so like live episode, I heard
Oh
this
damn.
happen, so I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy dude, it fucked me up."
I guess
So
crazy. Yeah.
check this out. 2 years or 3 years later, like not long ago, actually. So like, fuck, 6 months ago, I can pull up the shit right now. Somebody messaged me, bro, under her name with her fucking profile picture on Facebook. asking how I've been and all this other shit. And I was like, "Why are you using a dead woman's fucking profile? Like, who the fuck are
What?
you?"
Dude, that
Dude,
is
I
weird, bro.
bro, I've got the messages, bro. Like, I ain't got shit to hide. Like, I'll show you the messages. It's fucking insane.
Oh, I believe
Never
you. That's
messaged me back. Just read it and left. Never text me again.
that is creepy, man. Like, it's just crazy how many people, dude, have passed away from, drugs, man. It's just
Everything.
yeah, I mean passed away period. I mean, we're so young and it's happened to
Car
so many people we
accidents,
know.
drug accidents.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, the one that hit closest to home for me, dude, and like about killed me was Alex, passing away. So, and I was just
Oh,
with
of
him,
course.
hours before that happened, the night before that. So, yeah, it really, really fucked me up with that. I mean, that's the craziest thing about drug addiction is like even that wasn't enough to like make me get sober. You know what I mean? I still kept ripping and running for a long time. Between then and when I finally got clean. So,
'Cause it was a crutch.
yeah.
And it
Oh
was
yeah,
probably
yeah,
something that you still bonded with him over, so it was like,
yeah, yeah.
"Oh,
It's
this is
just really
something we
weird.
used to do together."
I really wish this dog would quit howling in the background. You hear that thing?
I actually can't.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's noise
But we
cancellation.
did have I had this dude named J-Mac on not long ago, and you could hear his water, his Zen water in the background, like the waterfall shit, but I couldn't hear it on the recording.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad you can't hear it, dude, because he won't shut up right now. Car in the driveway, just pulling in. So,
Uh, Fuck it, either way. But I remember that shit, that was good times. Yep, to
yeah,
this
dude.
day, that's
Yeah,
probably my favorite summer ever.
yeah.
Um,
That's crazy to hear you say that, bro. I'm glad to hear you say that because I feel the same way, bro. And I was just thinking about that the other night. You know what I mean? Like when you had brought up something about doing the podcast, and I was like, yeah, dude, that'd be real cool. I'd like to get on there, catch up a little bit, and could help promote my channel and stuff a little bit. To your listeners and yeah, I just got to, thinking and reminiscing. Like, dude, that was like, I really can't remember another time in my life like I was genuinely like that happy. You know what I mean? So,
I can. I mean, I was happy all the way up until the last time I saw her.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I was with her too, but I'm like,
You know?
I
Like,
mean,
let's
like,
be
I
honest.
wasn't that happy anytime, like, other than like outside of like being with her, like since all
Like,
that
we had a
ended.
solid
Yeah,
group, bro. That was a
yeah, yeah,
solid
yeah.
group. That was before we started really getting heavy onto everything else, and
Yeah,
then,
yeah. It's before anything went like downhill real bad, and
like,
like yeah.
I still remember the first night that I not the first night that I tried that shit, but the first night
What,
that
when
we
you
were
hit
with
it on the
him.
pool table?
No, 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 that was not the first night that we all met together either. That was, the second time. But the pool table was my spot, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the first time, like, I think we were with Jer Bear, and we weren't with the Flying Hawaiian. I can't remember where we were, what we were doing, but we came back with I mean, we were bumping up until they got there, and,
Yeah.
dude, I was sicker than a fucking dog, bro, like, we were going over to the ping pong side, smoking
Oh, yeah,
cigarettes when we
yeah,
could, and I was
yeah.
just puking in the fucking piss thing, like,
I
dude, it
remember
was a
that.
big dude, she was there with me the whole night, and I knew damn well they knew what was up, like,
Oh, we were painted, dog. I remember that. I think that's because that little Mexican boy was over there too. We were playing beer pong earlier in the day. Was that the
whatever
same
it
day?
was,
I
bro,
think
that
that was
was
the same day
wild,
too.
yeah. I miss them dearly, and I hope, they took life, in a good
You know,
path and all that other shit.
I
I can't even I don't know anything about Elle, so,
I
I
was
don't
gonna
know
say,
what happened to her.
I know it sounds bad calling him little Mexican, but we used to call him something else that's a racial slur, so I can't say that on here.
Oh,
In a
of course
loving
not.
in a loving way, of course, but
I
no,
actually
no, but
got
he's
him
sober. He's clean and sober and has been
he's
for like a
supposed
long
to
time.
be on an episode he's supposed to be on an episode coming up.
That's great, dude. I love it, bro. Like I
It is
spoke to him
good.
recently too, and yeah, dude, it's great. It's great to see people that were so like bad into that life, like myself and a lot of other people, and like see him come out the other side. It's dude, it's amazing. It really is
Yeah, for sure, for
inspirational,
sure.
even like before I got my shit together. Like, I mean, you can either look at things like that in two different ways. Like before you're there yourself, you can either be envious and angry and jealous, whatever, or you can use it as motivation and be happy for him. So
Right,
stuff.
right, right. I agree 100%. You should always be happy for people that are getting their shit together. That's
Oh
always
yeah.
a plus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just wish I would've got my shit together fucking 10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Me too, man. Like I mean, I ruined the best relationship I ever had in my entire life with someone I genuinely loved, and Like,
Agreed.
she had a fucking engagement ring, like, all that. Like, I was definitely gonna marry that girl. Pissed it away and
I
ruined
will
it with
definitely say
drugs.
we were just young and dumb, dude. I'll leave it at that. We were
Yeah.
young and dumb.
Yeah, but you live and you learn now. But of course, yeah, I would love to have talked to my younger self and more than talk, beat
I'll
the
tell you
shit
this
out of
much.
my younger self.
I'll tell you this much though. I do now know that I know the spark that's needed for me to stay. Like
Yeah,
I've wasted a lot of shit on a lot of people. I've done a lot, like I've definitely been around the bush, blah blah blah. But uh I will never get that label again until I meet someone that sparks me like that. Never.
yeah,
You know?
I feel that. Like, honestly, like I've been with other people since that person, obviously, but nothing to that
Yes,
extent.
obviously.
Nothing to that
Duh.
extent at all.
But I
And
ain't never had. Here's the thing though, DB. I was talking to my mom about this not long ago actually, and it was because I lived like a city or two over from this person. And she's a, frontline nurse or whatever, where she's like in the fucking blah blah. And I really fucked with this chick too. And actually I only know her through Marv,
oh yeah,
back in Jamestown. But she was the only other person that ever really was like, "Oh, I fuck with this girl." Like she's like my, like I like we could hang around, do whatever, talk, whatever, and
yeah.
we were just best friends. Uh, but she was always bitching about a 55-minute drive. And so one day I met
Shit.
because I meet my mom every week for lunch, bro. Like it's just like
Yeah,
something we do. It's a weekly thing. And I told her, I was like, dude, I've never met another girl that's willing to drive 5 states for a motherfucker. Like, and once I do, that's when I know. Like, granted, I'll never be 5 states away from somebody else.
yeah,
It's just
right.
when she was going to college.
Yeah,
But still, the fact that she was willing to drive that just for a weekend, bro, that's love, dude. Like that, like I've never met another woman willing to go out of her way, do that much shit, yada yada. Like, dude,
yeah.
please.
Oh, for sure, dude. And I've only lived with a couple other women, but me and her even lived together and shit. Like that was definitely I took it for granted big time, and I let drugs ruin that
Oh,
relationship
young and
completely.
dumb.
And like she was so naive for the longest time, and I feel so bad about like I didn't treat her bad in the sense like abuse her, or, like cheat
No,
on her
but
or
you
anything
played
like
it
that.
stupid.
But exactly, exactly. I mean, it's just as bad in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Lied to her and played her stupid, and was doing drugs behind her back really bad. And yeah, I mean, lot of regrets and stuff there. Like I would love to be able to
Feel
I don't know,
bad.
like yeah, I mean just like clear the air and like put it to bed and like just like fucking tell her like I'm sorry and everything like that, but like at this point
You
like
never
it's
will?
yeah, exactly.
You know
No.
what's funny? The only time you'll probably see her again, bro, is after a divorced fucking blah, blah, blah. You
Something.
run into
Yeah.
her at a goddamn grocery store.
Well, I think I seen her out not that long ago or whatever. But the
Just
craziest thing was, okay, I'm sure she'll never listen to this. I really hope she never listens to this right
no,
now. But
they
anyway,
won't.
okay, so um
That's why this is a
this
free
was
space. I love this place.
right. So this was years ago, right? After we had split up, right? I this was when Alex was still alive and stuff, right? So Lynn is you know who Lynn was, right? So she was still really
Yeah,
good
I know who
friends.
Lynn is.
She's still really good friends with Janelle and Stephanie's family, right? So she would still go over there to family functions and all this stuff and whatever. And this was I want to say it was even after Stephanie had married this fucking guy. So and it was some
No.
family gathering or something. Well, you know how Stephanie can never really handle her alcohol, and when she got drunk, she really just said whatever and was like all fucked up. When she got really drunk, fucked up or something, and was saying something about how she hasn't had an actual orgasm since me or something in front of like that dude, her family, his family. Like
Jesus
it was
Christ!
bad. It was real bad.
Whoa!
And
Whoa!
yeah, and
Whoa!
Lynn and Alex brought this
What
up and
the
something.
fuck?
So then I brought it up to Lynn, and Lynn confirmed it, and it was for sure true because Lynn wouldn't make that up or
Uh,
lie about it for one. And what fully confirmed it was my dumb ass being on drugs still at the time and an idiot and being like
yeah.
ego, like hell yeah, bro, I got that magic dick, type shit, right?
No.
I messaged
Yeah,
her on
you got that.
Facebook and
You got that dope, dude.
yeah, I was like, I messaged her on Facebook, bro, like the moron I am, and fucking asked her, yo, is this true? Like, you know what I mean? And like laid it on and shit, bro. And she basically confirmed it, but at the same time blocked my ass, and she'll probably never speak to me again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's funny actually. The last time I talked to Lauren was I hit her up and asked something about something, and I think she blocked me too because she never responded after that.
yeah. So I
She
mean,
responded first. She said she answered my original question. And then I asked her
Yep.
how the South had been, and she never responded after that, so I
Yep.
have no idea.
That's basically how that went with Stephanie. She was basically like when I asked her that or something, she just said "fuck you" type thing. Like that's a definite yes, and like
You know
blocked me
what,
and
though?
shit. It was like, and yeah. So I really wish I wouldn't have said that like a dumbass. That was immature and retarded, and because I really wish that I could just like
It's fire, though.
catch up with her and tell her like you know, you're doing great.
Yeah, meet up with their
I'm sure
husbands,
you're a
too.
great mom.
Their
Whatever,
husbands and
yada
their
yada.
kids and let them know that they're welcome. You're
Like
welcome for leading them into you, pussy. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it's crazy. But
So,
I thought you'd think that was pretty funny. I was pretty blown
I
away by it.
love that, I love that.
Yeah.
So, why don't you go ahead and explain who Alex is and how that kinda, like, changed your whole outlook on shit?
Yeah. Well, Alex was my next door neighbor growing up. He was 3 years older than me. He was like my older brother. I have one older brother. It's like an actual older brother, like by blood, but we were never close like that. I mean, maybe when we were way young, but not really, you know. So like I guess I was always looking for like, that brother figure that I actually like fit in with and whatever, and that was Alex, He was right across the street. It was like my best friend, big brother. Um he got bad into drugs a little bit before I did even. Like we'd always messed around with drugs, even what you'd say hard drugs, like shit that people shouldn't be messing around with, but nothing really like took and got him hooked and later on me hooked until like the opiates, really bad and he ended up getting into a little bit of trouble, right? And so he went to like some court ordered rehab, had been clean for a little bit. And when he got out, started using again. And I was with him the night before, and I had dropped him back off at his house and stuff. And I know he didn't have any more drugs left because I had gotten high with him. We'd done drugs together, but he didn't have nothing left. And he ended up getting drugs somewhere else, I guess, between the time that I had seen him last and the next day. And he ended up overdosing and dying. So and that, yeah, I mean, that was really an eye opener. Like, because, like, I mean, you hear about that shit, and I'd known people that had overdosed and died before, and like some people that were even, moderately close to me, like they were
Big brother had
friends.
never
Yeah,
overdosed, and let's
yeah,
be honest, that kid was more of your brother than fucking the bitches at the day.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So it was just like,
He led you he led you
yeah,
down that path. I
right.
mean, not glorifying it by no means, but that was your boy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean that played into a lot of it too. It was almost like acceptance, like how bad can it really be, like if he's doing it or he's involved in it, because he always had looked up to him. And like, yeah, I
Right.
mean, just really seeing it and him passing away, like really fucked me up for a long, long time. Still fucks me up. Like I still haven't dealt with it at all in a lot of ways or like processed it and like
Never will, that
actually,
was your boy.
yeah, if you ever like
You never
something,
really process your people dying, bro, I don't know what it
well,
is.
it's something really strange about it, because like when somebody you care about, and love passes away, like you'll cry and you'll hurt and you'll process it and it'll be fine. But when it's somebody like to that extent, that's like that level, it's almost like it's really hard to explain, dude, because it's almost like you don't feel anything at all because you
Yeah,
can't accept it.
it's not real.
It's like a defense mechanism that your body and your mind uses because it's like you almost can't handle it if you were to
Yeah, it's
actually
not real,
accept it.
dude.
Yeah. And so and I had to really deal with that, man, for a long time, and I still deal with it a lot because it's almost you feel almost guilty for not feeling more than what you felt about it because it's really your mind. A mind's a fucked up thing, man, because it really is trying to protect you. So, like by blocking that off and a lot of feelings and not letting you fully accept it, and then you feel guilty about it and stuff. It's just like crazy, man. I'd really love to
I
like,
think the guilt
yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. I was just saying, like, I'd really like to get in more to psychology to figure out like why that stuff happens and like those thought processes behind that because it's really
Well,
fucking
each
crazy.
individual is different, so you'll never
Yeah,
really know
yeah,
why. But I think, like, guilt comes from because, like, we both I mean, fuck, everyone in this generation, anyone who listens to this podcast knows somebody who's died from an overdose. I mean, they literally call our generation the lost generation because there's so many people fucking died before they were supposed to.
right. I mean,
Um,
I've died from overdose, and been brought back. Like,
well, and that's what I'm getting at with this is, I think the guilt comes from, like, all the times like, I can remember times, bro, where, like, I definitely feel like I should have died, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was there. I've had all the instruments to make it happen. Like, I
yeah,
remember and, it's funny, because I always remember the shit that I used to tell myself, bro, like, I would be, like, picking myself up, crawling, like, in my puke type shit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the not the army crawl, but, like, the half armed up, like
yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I've been there, bro. I've been puking and shit, and I'm like, "Bro, if your mom reads this in the newspaper tomorrow morning that you died like a bitch, how you gonna live with that shit?" So, and dude, I swear to God, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's happened, but every time I say that speech to myself, bro, I'm good, bro. I start like my adrenaline or my endorphins, whatever it is that calms my shit down and gets me in focus, bro, it happens, bro. And I'm like, all right, man, if you got to puke, let's get it going
Right.
and let's get back to where we were.
Snap yourself
But
back into it kinda thing, like
it's always been that. It's always been like I could never imagine myself allowing my mom or my sister or any of my family, fuck, any of them to read in the paper, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I think that's I don't and like I said, I don't know if that's where it is, like, where other people have just, like, let themselves go, where they're, like, to that point where they're like, "Okay, well, I can either go off into the darkness or I can, like, hey, my mom's gonna read this, blah, 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 let's get shit together." And they just have nothing to live for, so they let themselves slip off to the darkness. Uh, Sorry to get that deep, guys, but, that's just how I feel sometimes, like, I feel like the people that are still alive, because the craziest thing is if you look at statistics, bro, the people that were getting fucked up in junior high like we were, the people that were getting fucked up in freshman, sophomore, like, those are the people that are still alive today.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
people that like Mott's, bro, Mott's just died not long ago from he got shit from his boy. So
Yeah,
it'd be like me
I
getting
know
shit
I
from
know who
you.
we got it from. Yeah,
I
crazy.
know.
But the thing is,
So it
I wanna know I kinda am really curious as to what happened with that. Was it a, cocaine overdose, or was there fatty or something in that shit that,
it
you
was
know
dude, it was late. So,
it
dude, do
had
you
to have
not know
been. It
about his
had to have been
do you
laced, right?
do
So
you not know about his sister and his girlfriend?
I didn't, no, not really.
Probably not.
No, I
So
didn't
check this shit out. So I don't know the full timeline. All I know is the timeline from Smokey. If you've been around a long time, you should know these nicknames I'm giving out.
yeah, yeah.
All I know is the not testimony, but all I know is what I've heard from Smokey, from Pup,
Mhm.
from um uh Walker, and from that's about it pretty much. I can't think of the fifth person to give you a nickname without giving out their name.
Yeah.
But, these people that I've talked to about the whole situation because, like, my mom was with his dad, bro, in high school. Like, so, like, his death, like, he was always a cocksucker to me, and I'll be
Yeah.
honest, fuck him, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
I
sorry
was
that he died
never
the
I
way
was never tight with him either because he also probably wasn't too happy that we had both fucking banged his, ex. I think he hated both of us for that too.
well, that and his cousin, like, fuck him,
Yeah.
um but no, that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, so it was kinda close, dude, dude, I fucked with Kyle, like, at
Yeah.
some point in my life, I was boys with Kyle,
I
like,
feel you.
I fucked
Yeah.
with Kyle,
Me
I
too.
loved Kyle,
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada.
And regardless, no, I mean, we would
Um,
never wish anything remotely like what happened
ill
to him
will
on
to
him,
I
you
would
know?
dude, I would have
So
never wished that on him.
right.
He coulda beat my ass 10 times, and I'd still love that cocksucker,
Right.
because we
Yeah.
all grew up together, bro, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
And I
it's
wouldn't
that
wish something
level.
like that on my worst enemy, period, because even
Fuck
I mean,
no.
regardless of how much you hate that person, I mean, the real victim of that is not
Yeah,
that person. They're gone, and they're
fuck
gone and it's
no.
over. It's their family and people who care and love
Yeah.
about them, you know. So
Yeah. So anyway, so his girlfriend, so Kyle gets home, right? From what I understand, C Mots or K Mots gets home. He's fucked up. Him and his girlfriend do their thing. She goes to bed. His heart is obviously going through the shit right now because he just had sex and he blah blah blah. So he starts puking in the
yeah,
toilet. His sister, apparently, he was supposed to meet up with his sister at some point that day. Something happened where his sister was communicating and trying to get a hold of him. And he didn't respond, so she went to the house. She gets
mhm,
to the house. Her and the girlfriend go into the bathroom and like, "Yo, bro, what the fuck? What's going on?" Yada 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 yada. Now, I don't know what was said in the bathroom. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I know Kyle, and if Kyle was in that dire situation, he would have asked for help.
yeah,
Um, Now, whether or not that he was capable to ask for help at that point is another situation, and I'm not trying to implicate people. I don't know anything like that.
right.
All I'm saying is if that's my girlfriend that's like that at the toilet, I'm calling 911. If that's my
Oh
sister at the
yeah,
toilet like that, I'm calling 911. I'm not waiting 12 hours later to call the fucking cab, dude.
yeah, dude. There's
Period.
no way. There's
Period.
something weird, very weird about that. you know?
And it's not even necessarily that I think it was them at the beginning, but you gotta think about who gave it to him and the family that
Mhm.
gave it to him,
Yeah.
and you gotta think how much money they flow through that place. And that's when shit starts getting connected and you're like, "Holy shit."
I mean, I know
'Cause that
that
motherfucker ain't in jail.
I mean,
He's not in
yeah.
jail.
Yeah,
That's
that's weird.
manslaughter at the least.
Because how many people that have sold drugs have went down for selling people drugs, like, and them
Yes.
ODing, you know?
Thank you.
And at the end of the
Thank
day, I
you.
mean, at the end of the day, that person chose to do those drugs of their own recognizance that
Yeah.
ended up killing them, honestly. But that doesn't change the fact that other people go to
That's
prison for the same shit every day. Why is this
that's
individual different and
bro,
special?
that's dude, that's different. And you
Yeah.
want me to tell you why it's different? Because I'm about to incriminate myself a little bit. But every time I ever was a middleman for anybody, I always did that shit. I always did a little puff. I always did a little sniffy sniff. I
Yeah.
always made sure that it wasn't gonna kill these motherfuckers before I was responsible for giving it to them. Like, before my hands touched it
Yeah.
and they went to these people,
Yeah.
I had fucking
I
ingested
mean,
it to make sure nothing.
yeah, yeah.
Let's be honest.
I get you. Yeah, I mean
So
something
don't sit
really
here and tell
fishy
me
about that definitely
don't sit
happened.
here and tell I'm not sa like, he had nothing to gain from it, bro, but I'm just saying, like, his family got they got the money to cover their fucking P's and Q's, so it's gonna come over as an overdose, and that's it. That's all we're ever gonna hear about, but it's still fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up, dude. Cause I mean, I know people. I didn't know if you knew that older lady Barb. That just so I mean, she went to prison. I don't know if she got sentenced yet, but for one of her friends that she had sold some like opiates to or whatever had overdosed and died, dude, and she's in prison for that shit. Like it happens every day, all the time. So like, why is that individual special, kind of thing? Being there was multiple people that knew where it came from. You know what I mean? Just kind of strange that it got brushed under the rug.
Oh, yeah, bro, dude, I mean, come on, bro, we come from the same place Kerry Culberson got fucking murked and nobody found their body, like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Shit's getting swept under the rug all over the couch,
on
man.
that note, honestly, even if that individual who's in prison for Kerry Culberson actually did do it, he should not be in prison because they had no proof or whatsoever that it was actually him who did it at all.
You know what's funny about that?
He got fucking railroaded. Like
You know what's funny about that?
our justice system literally fucked him in the ass, and it's not right, in my
Hey,
opinion.
let's not salty my goddamn podcast now. No, I'm
All
just
right.
kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I totally believe the same thing. That was the only actually, for people who don't know about that case, it's the only case in United States history that was found guilty on hearsay. No evidence.
Yeah. Hmm.
No blood, no physical, no weapon, no body, nothing. Just what people said.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is, if you really wanna go back, we can go back, but we'll save that for another day.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you could definitely
You know
do
what?
a podcast on that
You know
for
what?
sure.
I'll make that first pay for episode, like, pay a dollar, fucking listen to the episode type
Yeah,
shit.
because that's been spoken about a lot, and I mean,
Yeah.
all the other, I guess you could call it "quote unquote" insider information that we've heard over the years from being in like the drug circle and stuff in this area and in that like
Well,
underground
that
world in
on
a
top
sense.
of living in
I've
the
heard,
area.
right, right, but also having access to those type of people or whatever that would, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
hear those things.
individuals, I know
But
what you mean.
anyway, like I've definitely heard some very interesting things that I mean, all of it's hearsay at the end of the day. I don't have any like proof or legit like evidence to back up any of these things that I've been told, but
Right, it's all hearsay,
yeah,
but I've got good fucking
all
intel.
for entertainment purposes, as they say, right?
Yeah, there he is.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting, and there's a lot of things that I think a lot of people don't know that may make them look at the situation differently had they had access to the information.
I don't even think it's access, bro. I think it's intentional, like, not wanting to look at the shit. You think about the cops, we're all friends, like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest with the motherfuckers, bro. The reason that I got so much information out of this shit is because Senior. He ran the bar that was the main watering hole there. Like,
Mhm.
bro, let me
Yeah.
tell you some shit, man. We'll get to that episode, and I want to have you back for that episode. Actually, now that we're getting comfortable and you're feeling yourself,
Yeah.
we're gonna come back on that shit. Um, but we'll get back to why you're why you're here. So, we'll skate for ganja. Your YouTube channel is that. What made you want to become a content creator?
Okay, so like I've always, enjoyed playing video games like my whole life. I've always been okay at them, pretty good, whatever. I think probably more than okay in at some games in some point in my life. I had tried like recording some content back in like Dark Age Camelot days. That I found it, pretty fun, a little outlet. But as my life, spiraled out of control with drugs and all this stuff. You end up pawning all your shit and didn't have anything to play games on for a long time and that kind of sense. And then I've been sober about 2 years now. Outside of marijuana, that is. But that's a story for another time. But anyway, so like I don't know. I just got into it again and playing with this milsim unit. I've been with them for about 7 months now. It's a great outlet and a lot of fun. And I took to started making videos as like a recruitment tool, to get some more people in the
What do you
unit.
mean by that exactly? And
But what?
explain your unit a little bit because a lot of these
Oh,
people,
okay.
when
So
they, yeah, because when they think clan or anything like that, dude, they're
yeah.
thinking like,
So
miniature shit. They're not thinking at the level you're thinking.
right, right.
So
So
explain it to me.
So we are an Arma 3 MilSim, like military simulation unit, right? And our clan is SEAL Team 3,
Now,
right? So
what is Milsim?
military simulation unit, military simulator.
What don't just think.
So
I know, but the people might not.
so
So
okay, so that's what I was gonna get into. Like we role play as SEALs, right? So we are SEAL Team 3. So for instance, when somebody comes to want to join the unit,
who is SEAL Team 3 in real life?
they are a branch of the Navy, a soft,
Like,
group.
are they like gold team, red team, blue team? I think it's white team's the fourth one. Do you guys know, or
I just know, like, not to that I just know they are a SEAL
you're not
team.
that far? Okay, my bad, my
they
bad, my
they
bad.
are a SEAL team. They're not. I mean, every team is based on has certain criteria, things that they focus on generally. If you
Yeah,
want to take it into a real world aspect, but we role play. There's a little bit of fantasy into it, obviously, because it's Cold War gone hot simulation, right? So we're not role playing present day now and then, and this was like obviously in the infancy of the SEAL teams because the SEALs were only even a thing developed around Vietnam time.
the '60s.
Yeah. So in the 80s and then Cold War gone hot, scenario popping off. So it's a lot different then than it is now. So, to get into it in that aspect, it's not quite the same because this was, 1985 how we role play. But so like for instance, like nowadays, like SEAL Team 6 is the creme de la creme, if you will, but whatever. But their subsect was also the reason they're creme de la creme is because global war on terror, terrorism, right? SEAL Team 6 was a counterterrorism unit that usually nobody wanted to be assigned to before the global war on terror started because they weren't getting any
Yeah,
action. And those type of guys live to operate. That's their job. That's what they're trained to do. So, but anyway, I digress. We our SEAL team
sound
unit.
like you're hating a little bit.
What, hating on what?
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
oh yeah. No, we I just like I like the Cold War era Milsim more than modern day,
Why?
right? Because so that's where you may have heard a little bit of the hate hitting from. It's not hating, it's more of like I just think it's like easy mode if you feel me. Because like people that are playing in a modern day unit, okay, you're gonna have GPS, you're gonna be able to tell where you're at on the map and know how to move and all this shit, right? If you're playing like 80s back then, we didn't have all those gadgets and shit, right? So you have to actually land nav, map, and compass. You gotta orient yourself with landmarks or other things, elevation points, stuff you can identify from to triangulate your position.
So
And
that's what
then
you enjoy about the game.
yeah, it's challenging. That's what I enjoy about it. It's really challenging. So it's not just your typical challenge of like here's the enemy, kill them before they kill you, fire maneuver type deal, which is all great and fun, but you add a whole other aspect into it when it's the realism sense of, like, okay, so here's where we are, our objectives over here, here's the bearing, here's the distance. But when you start getting shot at and you have to make a decision whether to break contact or push into it, and you're not, solely focused on heading to that set bearing anymore, it throws a whole other variable into it, and it's challenging, and I don't know, I find it a lot of fun,
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just trying to. You have to understand something. I may feel you and understand what you're saying, but the people who listen to it may not. So you may hear redundant questions, but it's just for the greater good, as they say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not your
So
it's a
how
lot
did you hear
different.
about these guys?
um I was playing another game, name dropping another game here, excellent fucking game. It's called 6 Days in Fallujah. It is a game based off of the Second Battle of Fallujah, 2004.
Shout
It's
out to the Marines. Shout out to the Marines who were there door to door.
absolutely, absolutely. They're fucking heroes, man. And this game does a great job of depicting their story. You know, told by them. A lot of the stuff behind the game, if you look at the interviews and such, it's based off real people that were there, and they have a lot of historical, authenticity behind the game as well.
Oh yeah, there's books
Yeah.
that you can read too from different people.
Yeah, it's a great game. But anyway, I was playing that, and it's a little more personalized on a level. Just speaking because you only have four teammates, so like, well, three teammates, four
Sure.
total, right?
So
So I
real
met a
quick,
guy on there that was
real
in the
quick,
unit. Yeah,
real quick. I'm sorry. Did Where did your love for third person shooters come from? Was it conflict or
they're well, it's first person, but first and third. Well, let's see here. Our unit, you can do third or first, so I go back and forth, situation depending or whatever. But generally, I like to play in first person for the most part because it's more immersive. But in 6 days is all first person also. But I don't know. I just always kind of loved them, man. Like even from back in the Call of Duty days, bro. I used to be a fucking Call of Duty addict, bro. like well, like Modern Warfare, the first one, incredible. Modern Warfare 2, incredible. The Black Ops was like
right?
our shit, like that, right? So like I got really hooked on them back in those days, man. Like I'm sure a lot of people, around our age did. Like that
Right.
was the golden era
Pinnacle.
of Call of Duty. Yeah, right? Like that's when fucking the shit was good, man. And honestly,
Uh,
my personal opinion, nowadays I don't play those games cuz I don't find them fun anymore. They're just I don't know, like
they're
cash.
not realism.
No, they're not real at all, man. And it's like cash grabs, and like what mattered to me as a kid doesn't matter to me now as an adult, and vice versa, type deal. So like I value different things now. If I was still that kid, I might still like playing those type of games. I don't know if I'm looking at it a different lens now, like I'm older and that's why they're not good, or if
You
maybe
are.
the games just suck now.
You
I
are.
don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's what really grabbed me about the milsim aspect. So it's like it's putting something I used to love about, like, the first person shooter, the games like that, which were always fun to me, but putting a sense of realism in with them.
You think it's also think of like something that you wish you would have been able to do?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I was talking to recruiters. I took my practice ASVAB, all that kind of shit. But then my life kind of went astray with drugs and other things. So
Right.
I mean, a lot of it, I guess, would be, yeah, living something that you wish you could have done or whatever. Which I feel like a lot of people, that's the reason a lot of people play video games. To do things like you never could do in real life. You know what I mean? I would always explain it as it's basically like playing a movie where you're the main character. Who wouldn't want to do that? In my opinion.
Oh, fuck yeah, I understand that completely. So, what made you really start getting into like this is what I want to do. I'm gonna be a Milsim guy. Like SEAL Team Three's for me. Like this is my shit. Like this is because like I said, like when I first met you, you were playing like Dark Age of Camelot, fucking WoW, fucking
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, I still play RPGs. I don't play any like I still play Star Wars Galaxies on the Legend server, which is a free to play MMORPG. I do the space PvP with a little joystick and shit like that. So I still play those, MMORPG style games and stuff also. But I don't know. It's just like I said, I had bought 6 Days in Fallujah because it was like honestly, 6 Days was one of my first games like that again to like get back into that style of gaming, because I had gotten a better, PC where I was able to play like, newer titles and stuff like that. And I actually haven't even had Arma that fucking long, man. And I've already sunk 852 hours into it. So it was just kind of weird. Like, I just started playing with those guys, after I had met one of their members on 6 days. And it just kind of clicked, and it was a lot of fun. And it was really cool because a lot of the guys that run the unit, like the main guy, right, he's ran this unit for 10, 11 years now, since like the Arma 3 came out basically. So over the years he's refined it, and it's real smooth old machine. And like their top rankings on clan lists for the unit because of all the time and effort they put into it. Like he has his own mods that he spent money and had dev teams like make for us. So we have our own M16s, pistols, sidearms. He makes our own mission sets for us.
now
And
how did he get that clearance?
What do you mean? Anybody can use that on Arma 3. Arma 3 has a mod tools
Right, but
given to anyone.
how do you get those type of like, who gave those?
Anybody can do it. What do you mean? You just they give you the mod tools.
Well, because
Arma's
there's only
unique in that
certain
way.
people that know what an M4 feels like, or people that feel like an M16 feels
Oh,
like, or there's only certain people that shot a Saw
he's
or a
military.
fucking M50.
He's military.
Yeah, there
So
you
and
go.
so are a lot of
Hmm,
the people in
hmm,
this unit. They're military also. Um,
right.
and one of the
So how did you
coolest
get in?
things, not you don't have to be military to be in the unit at all, but you
I was
have
just
to
curious on,
be
like, how did you get in?
because I met someone on 6 days and I was able to learn and retain the
Seeing that
information
you
and
were worthy?
perform. Like basically, I mean, anybody can join, right? And anybody can shadow. Like so, basically, when you first join, you're not a full member, but you can shadow, and they'll give you a mentor, and you
And you
basically,
have those videos on your YouTube, right, of when
yeah.
you were, yeah, I remember
I
watching
think
them.
when I first started, I was lower ranked on some of the other ones where you see like I've gotten better as
Right.
it progressed or whatever. But I don't think I have any of them when I was an actual shadow because I don't think I had started recording then. Like I only started making these videos probably about 3.5 months ago, maybe four. Um, and I've been in the unit about 7 months. So the
Oh, okay.
very beginning of it isn't on there, but so it was even worse than that essentially at the beginning. But I mean, it's yeah, you learn, and I could see myself getting a lot better. So it's just really cool in that sense, and that's what also grabbed me about it because it's not just your average clan where you go and play the game together, right? It's like serious tactics for serious players. Like anybody can come and shadow and try to join us and stuff. And but you have to take the assessment and have an interview to see if like you're the a right fit here for one. The assessment's to see if you know the game controls well enough to even follow somebody to stick around for the shadow process. Then after that, to become an actual member, you'll go through basic underwater demolition school, SEAL school. So
Oh, yeah, you go
yeah,
through buds?
yeah, they make you go through buds. Um, all four phases of buds, and if you can get through four phases of buds, then after that, you are no longer a shadow, and they'll put you in one of our patrols and give you like a job, right? But there's still SEAL qualification training since then. After that you have to do to get qualified for different roles and shit. And you're still not a full member after you finish buds. After you finish buds, you have to take Radio Men one, and then another automatic weaponsman one, and then you have to do jump school. You have to do airborne 1, 2, and 3, and then you get your trident, and then you're an actual member, but you're still bottom of the totem pole. So there's a lot of
So
time and effort and work that goes into this, and they teach you real tactics and real stuff that they've learned, in real military, and you can really take and put those
right.
things to effect in game because it is a simulator, so it really has a cause and
Well,
effect.
so why would you say someone wants to use this as why would someone want to defer to this, compared to, like, say, other Muslims, like, Hell Let Loose, Insurgency,
I would
fucking
just say
goddamn Delta Force, blah, 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 blah,
there's
blah.
so much more you can do on the Arma platform
You
than you
referring
can
to
do.
mods?
Yes, 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 yes. Vanilla Arma is, meh. Obviously it came out in 2013. It's meh.
You know where
So
that word comes from, by the way? You keep using that just freely. You know where that word comes from?
that was the first time I've actually said meh. But no, sure, enlighten me.
No, vanilla, not meh.
Oh well, it is the vanilla version of the game. It's the base version.
Right, you know what vanilla means, right?
I know what I'm using it as to meaning, and what everyone
What are you
knows
using it as?
to mean. It's the base game. It is the base original, no additives added, no DLC, no extra
Okay,
content. It is the bare bones
well,
version.
you're right, that's where vanilla came from, and it actually it comes from the BDSM community, by the way.
Did not know that, but I'll still continue to use it. So, but anyway,
The vanilla the vanilla word came from the BDSM community, meaning, like, light shit, like choking,
oh yeah, I mean I've
fucking
heard it used in that phrase.
spanking.
Like, what are you into?
That's where it
Vanilla
came
sex
from.
or hardcore? Yeah, I mean I've heard it
Yeah,
like
that's where it came from, yeah.
that. But I mean, yeah, I mean it's used big time in the gaming world too to refer to
Now
content
now,
that's
because people watch Pornhub.
base. I mean, I've always heard it referred to in the gaming world, like, for a long time now,
No,
though, but
you
base
haven't.
content. No,
Come on.
definitely. You've never heard of it referred to
Come
as, like,
on.
base like, especially in this sense, right? World of Warcraft, Vanilla WoW, big one. Vanilla WoW is the base game, like classic WoW, they call it Vanilla WoW, like, big time. You've never
Bro,
heard
the
that?
first time I heard vanilla was at an orgy.
I've never been to an orgy, self-admittedly, so maybe I'm a square. I don't know.
Alright, continue. Continue with your story.
But yeah. So that's yeah. I mean, I'm sidebarred. I don't even know where the fuck we were at now with all this BDSM
Yeah, you went there,
orgies,
man. For a
vanilla.
loop, didn't it?
Oh, but like, yeah, with mods, obviously, like everything with our unit would be with mods to make it our own, in a sense, you know. So that's why I feel like
Oh,
this is so much different than other games like Hell Let Loose and stuff, because like they may be newer games, but what you see is what you get with the game, right? Like this is what the game offers. These are the things
right.
you can do in the game, you know.
Now, do you download mods per session, or are
No,
you already
there's it
linked after
if you
and there's
are
updates?
if you get in our unit, we you get clearance to have our mods. So we have a mod.
Whoa, whoa, clearance, ladies and gentlemen, clearance.
Well, I
No,
mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm
he's
just
put a
talking
lot
shit.
of
Dude, I gotta keep it back and forth, or we would be having fun.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, you gotta think of how much time and money are spent on like modding and developing these mods and stuff. So, like, what's crazy about that though is the people have actually got in touch with us to do like operations together, right? Like another milsim unit mixed in with our milsim
Who?
unit to do
Like
side
who?
ops. I don't know. This has not been since I've been in the unit. This is a thing that happened before I joined. But
Oh, and you probably don't have the clearance
I've
for it,
just been told.
obviously,
I've just
though.
been told about it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not privy to those things anyway. But anyway, uh, so like they had acted like they wanted to do op together, right? Well, in order to do that, you'd have to get in the info to get on our server and have our mod list to be able to join our server. You have to have the same file as we do, right? Well, they basically
Hmm.
lied just to get access to the files and our unique guns and all this shit, and then never showed and just stole the mods. So that is a thing. Yeah, that is a thing that people do apparently. So that's why there is some not so much secrecy, but like you know what I mean. There's a lot of time and effort goes into coding and making this in money
Yeah, it's
and
funny that
stuff
you say
too.
that
So yeah, I
because
thought that was
I can
crazy.
give you no, no, dude. I'll give you an example where I thought shit was crazy. So I'm in nothing like that type of level of milsim, but I'm in a 508 group, the Devils on Hell Let Loose. And sorry, light my shit up. So, but um, dude, there will be people from different milsims. Like I'm not gonna name any names because I'm not trying to get people in trouble, but there's been groups, dude, that be sending people to the group just to get like defensive tactics and shit. And I'm like, dude, we're not even making money from this. Like, why do you feel the need to go above and beyond on some shit like this just to fucking know which side the machine gun's gonna be on? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude.
bro.
Dude, some people go way crazy and over the top with it. So that's another reason why I love our unit because it's the perfect mix of fun and it's a game. So we're playing a game and having fun, but it's got a sense of realism in with it as well. You know, it's the perfect happy medium. Because if you go too heavy into it, it's no longer fun.
You don't know any of these people, right? You've never met any of these people in real life?
Negative. No, not any of the people I'm in this unit with. I've met in real life. No, but
Fair enough.
like I don't know, like we've played with like and we're in Discord units together and stuff. So we shared like pictures and other stars. Like we're friends, online friends, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I know quite a few of them are still active military. Most of them
Right,
are
no,
previous
no, yeah,
military.
I'm not,
But
dude, I'm not.
the craziest
Don't
thing,
take none of this the wrong way.
I'm not.
I'm just asking you questions.
I'm not offended at all. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the way you're
Your voice
picking up
gets a
the way
little
I'm
high.
talking. I'm not offended in
Yeah,
any
your
way at
voice be
all.
getting a
I'm
little
just
high.
giving you the information. But the craziest thing is the old guy that plays with us, who is a Vietnam veteran that still plays video games, is
What's his
fucking
name?
awesome.
What's his name?
His name's Bruner, is what we call him.
Oh, okay.
He's not like
Dude, we have a guy in Hell Let Loose.
but
His name's Tiny, and he was a tanker in Vietnam.
nah, this guy was an infantryman in Vietnam, but he's like 70 and still gaming,
Yeah,
dude.
74. This guy.
And he's been in the unit for like longer than I have. So I just think that's fucking impressive, dude. That was
Yeah,
really
that is
cool.
impressive.
Yeah, really cool.
That's what my generation podcast or my community podcast is about. Is showing the fact that you got like 18-year-olds, 74-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 35-year-olds, Muslims, Christians, Jews. You know,
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's one of the coolest parts about, online gaming is just like it's such a melting pot of people coming together and playing where nothing matters, but the game. Like
right?
all those social things, status or fucking norms, this, that, whatever. None of that shit applies in the online realm. So it's like something really appealing about that, you know?
It's funny, I was writing that thing that I was telling you about, that writing project I was referring to at the beginning of the episode. Do you remember, 8th grade summer, we were going into freshman year, and there was, like, this huge ass like, we had just read The Outsiders, so, like, I always
Yeah.
make it a Greaser versus Soch thing,
Yeah.
but it was like me, you, the Mexican kid, the black kid, and, couple other kids against, like, Marvin, Terry, Wilson,
Yeah.
fucking like, we were all gonna meet at Putman.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god.
We were
Oh.
all gonna meet at Putman and fight, bro, and then we ended up I don't know what
Oh.
ended up squashing that beef. Was it Stoner's Park that squashed that beef?
I don't know, dude. I can't remember honestly, but I do remember Stoner's Park. Oh my god.
Stoner's
That's
Park was the shit.
you talk about that all day. You know the craziest thing about that was the fucking cop block with the that's just so
The
funny.
cop
That's
blocks,
just so
to this day, bro, it's the only time I've ever assaulted an officer.
yeah, it's so great because it worked so effectively. That's what the fucking kicker is, dude. It really worked. Oh,
That's because nobody was expecting fucking junior high kids to
booby
have
traps.
barbed wire wrapped around wood.
Booty twaps. Booty twaps.
Booty twats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booty twaps. Oh man.
But yeah, I'll never forget Stoner's Park, bro.
You remember
I was actually in
Matt
go
Burton
ahead.
taking off running across that creek though with 2 cases of beer in both hands was so fucking funny.
Yeah, and Kiki hiding in the fucking
Yeah.
weeds with his foot up, like,
Yeah.
dude, he was ready to whip my ass. Kayla Smith saved my life that night, probably.
Because he was hammered drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna
Yeah.
fuck her. That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, her having my bag was literally she saved my life probably a few times. Her, Tony, you remember Tony,
Yeah, I
the
remember
blonde hair
Tony.
Tony,
I
bro?
remember
She
Tony.
saved my life a few times too, bro. That little slut. I love them all.
Oh god, man. We were some fucking crazy
Dude, it's crazy.
kids.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I low key, and I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, and I've been writing notes this whole time. Like, our stories are so intertwined, and all this other shit. Like, this auto. It's not even a biography, bro. It's just like everything that happened in my life from when I got jumped behind fucking Max Sill's house by by Lil Wayne and Sill and those little cocksuckers.
Mhm.
777 Mafia, like
Yeah.
that I started writing from that point on, dude, when Zach Brock led me over there to, like,
He's
the
such a punk
Blanchester
bitch.
Bloods, when
Zach
yeah, dude,
Brock.
when they had the
Oh.
Bland Bloods with, like, Jeff fucking Fleming and fucking Marco
I
G and
just think it's
fucking
funny
AS.
those
Huh?
little small town kids think they're gangbangers was is what's the funniest thing.
No, yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying, like, and it's crazy because like, once I met Jeremy, bro, like, I really knew what a gangster was, like,
Right.
it
Yeah. Like,
you know what I
okay,
mean?
these
Like,
people won't beat
Jared the
you up.
Flying
These people
Hawaiian,
will kill
bro.
you. That's a real
Yeah,
gangbanger.
dude, like, yeah, like, you think you're a gangbanger, but these guys, like, you don't pay your car
Yeah.
payment, bro, you're
Yeah.
dead.
A
It's
real
crazy.
one's not gonna talk about none of it neither, bro. You're just gonna get
Yeah,
caught, and not know what the fuck
yep,
happened.
and that's the only reason I ever use his name now, dude, is because he's dead, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
shouldn't be dead.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
another thing that really bothers me about the medical system. That's like,
for
when
sure.
that
Yeah.
CEO got popped, bro, I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, bitch,"
Yeah, yeah.
because,
There was definitely more
you
that could have
know?
been done for him. Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, died on the
He
table.
was he was
Died on the motherfucking
I mean,
table.
he had 2 young boys, and he was way too young for that shit, dude. Like,
Like, dude.
yeah.
And then Angie died, so, like, I have no connection to that family anymore at all, bro, like, and it's
Yeah.
wild, like, I wish I did, like,
I mean, Angie's mom passed away before her even, didn't she? Or
I know,
she did, didn't she? That was a
and I
question.
like, dude, Tyler,
I
I
can't remember
would
if she did or
love
not.
to shake hands with Tyler and just be like, "Bro, like, I love you to death, bro," like, dude, like, it's just crazy, like, that's the shit I'm talking about, like, that's what shit people don't understand, like, that's the stories that people don't get, that we lived through, bro, like, and we still to this day have to bear that burden, like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
there's mad people that I know that have kids to this day, bro, that I can't, like, that I was there for from their baby ages to their toddler days where it's like, dude, I was there fucking rocking you to sleep while your fucking mom was doing her shit or while your aunt was doing her shit or while you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just It's just crazy to think about shit like that. That's the shit that gets me teared up, bro, for real. That's just that fucks me up. Like, people can die, I get that. People die every day, like,
Yeah,
especially in the service, I learned that shit. People die every day. But people don't lose their fucking parents at fucking 20 years old, bro. That shit don't happen.
yeah, yeah. Shit's rough, dude. It's the drug
It
game,
is,
dude.
it's tough. It's a rough way to look at the shit.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's the reality where we grew up at, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, and that's why I mean, don't step foot in that fucking town anymore because it really just like I mean, there was good memories too, man, but like more than anything, it's just bad memories whenever I go into that town anymore. Unfortunately, it's like I don't know, dude. I just fucking hate Blanchester for real, bro. Like I really do. Like I don't know, but I don't know.
Dude, bad memories.
Yeah,
Bad memories
yeah.
all around, bro.
Yeah, dude. I've been told like somewhat recently though that like the cops there are actually trying to like make it better and shit and aren't like because you remember how like for a long time, right? That whole police force was like corrupt as shit and dirty as fuck. Like they weren't doing shit and they were just like
Yeah, I know.
yeah, it was real bad.
And, without giving out too much information, I'm gonna tell you the only cop for a fact that I know that was a good guy, and the only reason I know that is because I served in the service with him,
The one that chased us was a good guy that one night.
the
That
Asian.
the other one too, but he wasn't there long because he left to go back to the army. Was remember Voshal, the bald guy?
Yeah, Vishal
He
was cool.
wasn't a
He ended
piece of
up
shit.
being a state trooper.
Yeah, he wasn't a piece of
But
shit either.
the other guy, I can't remember his name fully. Um, I only remember calling him Blue, bruh. But he was the coolest motherfucker. He had my back, and that's what really like led me to start looking into like the whole this shit's fake because
Yeah.
what are the odds? What are the odds that I served with this dude in the service? And then he comes back. I come back and I'm visiting my mom on Broadway Street, and he just happens to be walking out to his cop car. Like, come on, bro. What are the odds? Tell me.
Yeah, dude.
1 in a million? 1 in 10 billion? 1 in a trillion? Come on. You want to hear something even weirder, bro?
It's a simulation, man. Video
Well, no,
game.
I'm sitting here in my studio. I'm sitting here in my studio, and I'm looking outside, right? Because I got a window right here.
Yeah.
And there's this green bike that pulls up, right? And this dude's wearing like a green lumberjack jacket on a green bike, hops off,
Mhm.
meets up with this girl in a blue UK hoodie
Yeah.
in a blue Lexus. Come on.
Dude,
Come on.
speaking of UK, you know what I just heard the other day, and I didn't even know this. Did you know that? Not specifically UK, but Kentucky. Anyway, made me think of it. Did you know that like fucking I forget the actual percentage, but it's something crazy, dude. Like 78% or something of the world's basketballs are made in Kentucky. Did you know that?
Yeah, do you wanna know something else
I
funny
didn't
about
know that.
UK
I
since
did
we're
not know
talking
that.
about
That's
this?
crazy. Yeah, sure. What's up?
They were also the first team to be accused, found, and guilty of point shaving.
No shit, for real. I don't
Yeah,
know
bro,
why, but
19
I find it fascinating like how big basketball is in those like podunk like impoverished white towns, you know? Like these
Hey,
fuckers would
whoa,
have hoops up and
no,
shit playing basketball in the dirt and
fuck
stuff
you.
in there. No,
Just kidding.
it's just crazy though, isn't it? Like
You're
just because
right now, it's
basketball
like
is looked at in a totally different light, you know what I
yep,
mean? Nowadays, like inner
yep,
city, like
mhm,
you know what I mean, as a black sport,
yeah,
this that. But it was like, dude, it was a white sport out in the country for a long
everything,
time too. It's still
everything.
super prevalent in Kentucky, you know, in the backwoods and
It's in
shit.
everything, and it's funny,
Yeah,
I got, Huey coming on here in a couple weeks. He's gonna be coming on and talking about that shit. We've got some interesting
yeah.
subjects
I
all the
just
way from, like,
I just feel like people
Uncle
colorize
Common,
shit
quote,
way too
unquote.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, if you're colorized in this day and age, you're a fucking bitch,
right,
period.
right.
Like, I
I
mean,
mean,
you are a straight up
we're
cocksucking
all just
motherfucker.
people, dude. Like I really don't understand like someone who's
Right, and
genuinely
fuck the man.
racist nowadays, you know, and stuff like I just don't get
Bro,
I don't
bro,
understand it.
bro, bro. That green jacket guy and the blue hoodie woman just came back out with bags in their hands.
You just watch someone get served.
Dude, dude, I think this is fucking dude, I'm not even kidding right now. I think I just watched a modern day up north drug deal
Oh.
where I live at, ladies and gentlemen. This is not
Oh, hey,
make believe. I
speaking
like
of
this.
drugs, that well, it's a
This
drug,
is
but
a
it's not
news
like
bulletin.
drugs.
This is a news bulletin.
What's your stance on mushrooms? Question.
Dude, low key, uh, not since I've moved because I've been strapped for cash.
Yeah,
But prior to that, dude, I was
because like
microdosing every day.
well, cause like, I know they're, like, really therapeutic and everything, and I used to do them a lot,
Dude,
right? But, like, since
dude,
I've gotten sober, okay, so about my sobriety, a little side note here, like, okay, you know how a lot of people that get sober are, like, so fucking hung up on their sober date? Like, I know it's been fucking this many years, this many months, this many minutes, this many seconds, shit. I'm not that motherfucker, bro. Like, I can't even tell you to the
I've
exact
noticed that,
day
and
how
I
long it
respect that
is.
about you.
Like, I don't want to dwell on that shit in both senses. Like, I don't want to dwell on it like, oh my god, it's been this long.
Right,
I could really use this, or dwell on it in the
right.
sense like, oh look, it's been this long. Look at me, I'm this fucking great
Yeah,
motherfucker. That you know what I mean? Like, I
right.
don't care and I don't push it on people and I don't give a
I
fuck.
love that about you.
And at the same
I
time,
agree. I love that about you.
other people would also be judgmental and shit to the stance that like I smoke pot, man, but you know what, I have like mad anxiety and depression issues really bad, and I didn't want to be on a bunch of like fucking antidepressants and medications and all that shit, dude, like I used to be on. and
Right.
and and they didn't work, bro. Like how many times I tried to kill myself, like when I was on drugs and just wanted to fucking die because I was so depressed and anxious and shit on top of the drug abuse, and like nothing had worked outside of marijuana, dude. So like, yeah, I
Oh,
still
yeah.
smoke and I'm sober off all other drugs. I don't drink, I don't anything. And I really, really hate when people get all judgmental and shit. Cause I mean, I seen it, like one big example, right? Jelly Roll. He's clean and sober. He was
I
a
love
fucking crack
Jelly.
addict and
Now
shit.
he's a bitch.
Now he just
Now
smokes.
he's a bitch,
I'm
though.
just speaking on the aspect that he smokes weed. He made some posts like
No,
weed has helped him with his
he talks
sobriety or
shit.
something, and then people all blew up like you're not sober if you're smoking weed. But I think he drinks and shit too, so I don't really think you could say sit
Dude,
there and say you're sober. But I don't know.
I fucked with Jelly Roll all the way up until he was like, "Nah, we need to stop this. We need to stop that. Like drugs this, drugs that." Like, bro, the only reason you're in the position you're in right now is because you used to fucking sling crack, bro. My first
Selling
Jelly Roll
crack for
video was the
studio
10
time.
minute. Yes,
Yeah.
bro. My first Jelly Roll video was a 10-minute fucking
You remember
freestyle he did on
You
cocaine.
remember Welcome to the Trap House? You
Yes,
remember Jelly Roll?
bro. Those are all like that, dude. And people today are like, "Oh, Jelly Roll's like a lonely road and save me." And I'm like, bro, you're a fucking pussy.
Nah, bro, that's
Like you don't know
old
anything
school
about
Jelly Roll
Jelly
like that.
Roll.
And
Period.
oh, what was that? Jelly Roll, Buckshot, Crazy. I think it's just called Crazy. That's fucking good one
Dude,
too.
same thing with Yellow. Bro, Yellow Wolf, bro, was like one of the
I'm
realest
not
rappers, bro, that got shelved.
I'm not like
What?
big hip on like I feel like since you do like podcasts and stuff, like you're real prevalent on like the news and stuff. Like I try to follow the news and like what's going on and shit too. But like I feel like
I'm
I
really huge on these right now. You want to know what's going on
well
in
me
Israel?
no I mean like
Russia? What's going on?
I am too, but I need to be like more even to the extent like because like that's why I still love shout out to Scott Shepard, our fucking current issues teacher, bro, because he really like put it in your head
He's
like
dead.
what Scott Shepard didn't die, did he?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm
I was
just
like,
kidding.
motherfucker, fuck you. Nah, but like he like really pounded into your head, bro. Like how important like knowing what's going on in the world is, and don't be a fucking sheep.
Him and Grog,
You know,
bro.
like
Him and Grog, bro, were really what led me to the whole
yeah,
conspiracy shit.
yeah, bro. Like don't be a fucking sheep. Like make your own,
Yep,
you know, conclusion. Like get all the facts, all
yep,
the information, make your own conclusion. Don't just fucking listen to like what you're supposed to, you know, think and shit. And like yeah, so like I
yep.
don't know. I just
Rap died though. You know Rap died. Ms. Rap, she died
oh
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah. She got cancer,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
she? Yeah,
Yeah, she died years ago.
yeah. It's sad, dude. She was a great lady,
If
man.
Rap could die, I'd be happy. You know what's crazy?
I wouldn't
Is
say
that
I'd be happy.
Hostler,
You remember Miss fucking
I
Hamilton?
would be.
That bitch is a motherfucking harpy.
That bitch could die too. Yep, that bitch
Fucking
could die too.
harpy, bro.
Miss Martin,
Dude,
Miss
that
Martin
bitch
and Miss
gave me
Gerard, they're both dead.
are they really?
Yeah, they're both dead. You didn't know that?
They could kind of be bitches in a little bit every now and then, but
I loved
I did
them.
not like them at all. But they could be a little bitchy every now and then.
You know what's funny? I remember a 4th grade memory of you actually. Here,
I
I
did
got one
like
for
them both though.
hang on. I got one for the library here.
What's that?
So I remember one time I'm in 4th grade, Miss Martin's class, math class, and Dylan Bishop. I don't know if he was, we already, KJ Keaton, our names are out there. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care either.
This kid, this kid's tying his shoes or some shit, bruh. And Miss Martin says something to this motherfucker, and he says something about, "I'm tying my fucking shoes." whatever the fuck the case may be, I can't. I do this. You got to think. Fourth grade. I'm 30 years old now. I can't remember the conversation, but he
Yeah.
was sitting four kids up to me on my right, and we're talking old school seats, and we still had the notebooks and shit underneath. And I remember this kid leaning over to his left shoe, and I swear to God, he was tying his shoe. But Miss Martin said something. She might have been passing a note. He might have been talking shit. I don't know. But I remember his fucking desk was outside for the rest of the day.
Oh. Oh shit, dude. I remember them. I
Miss
didn't
Gerard was our eighth grade teacher. That's what's even crazier.
Yeah, but
How odd
remember,
is it?
no, here's
How
one
odd is
thing.
it that it was an even number away?
Time out. Here's one thing that sticks in my mind big time by Miss Gerard. You know what sticks in my mind? Okay. She was the girls' gym teacher also, okay? When we didn't have a male gym
At
teacher,
first,
yeah, just
at
let me get this
first,
thought out
because
real
Miss
quick.
Wilson came in.
Just let me get this thought out real quick. When we didn't have a fucking male gym teacher one day, we had because he was sick something, right? And this was junior high, so the girls had a girl,
Grog?
the guys had
Are
a
we
guy.
talking about Balls McGrog?
Yeah. I think he was gone that day, right? So we had girls had a girl
Balls
gym
McGrog.
teacher, and guys had a guy gym teacher. So we had to have a girl gym teacher come in that day, right? And it was Mr. Gerard. Okay, we played fucking
Yeah,
dodgeball. She's used
I
to
remember that.
girls. Okay, so she makes a fucking
Yeah.
rule. Okay, girl, what what
What
what
was the
what
rule?
hurts if you get hit when you're a girl? Your tits, probably, right? You can only fucking hit
I don't
below the
know.
and probably no face shots. You can only hit below the fucking waist was her rule in this dodgeball. So basically, just snipe everybody's fucking
So
dick all goddamn match.
I
Dude,
think
everybody left there with bruised up balls. It was so fucking crazy, bro.
this was prior to junior. I think this was
Like,
sixth
do
grade
you remember that?
because I
You
remember
purge his nuts.
yeah, I remember that, but I also remember because like it had to have been younger, like sixth grade,
I wanted to say
because
I was thinking like seventh.
I remember seventh grade we had Ballinger and
I don't
Wilson and
remember. I
Grog.
don't remember who the gym teacher was. I just know we usually had a guy, and we had a sub
Okay,
that
no,
day, and
but
it was
that's
Gerard.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like we
And she
got those
said
people in because of
and
that.
she said, "Hit him in the hit him below the waist, the whole thing." And I'm sitting here like
Yeah,
everybody was
yeah.
getting dick sniped, and I'm like, "You can't do that in an all guys gym class, bitch." It was whatever year that it
Well,
was like
I
the
mean,
first year we got separated because you know how we all used to be
we're
together.
not females. For all we know, menstrual cycles make our nipples hard
Yeah,
or
right. It
nipples
was
soft
just
or
funny, dude.
whatever the
It
fuck.
was just
Whatever the fuck. It
hilarious.
is funny.
It was like,
It's
come
weird to think
on.
about shit like that.
But the first thing when you
I
say
remember Mr.
grog,
Wood.
which
You remember Mr. Wood leaving and him crying and shit like, "Yo,
yeah,
I
I
love
do.
you guys.
Yeah, I
Like,
do.
teaching was my shit. Like,
Seventh grade
now
history
I'm a
teacher.
goddamn muscle builder, fucking
He
milkshake
still does
fucker."
that
Like,
shit. Do you see how fucking
he
jacked that
does. I know.
motherfucker
I
is?
have him on Facebook.
Bro,
He's my
he's
boy.
fucking yoked, bro.
He's jacked, bro. He makes Sotomayor look like a bitch.
Oh, bro, he is yoked, and not only is he yoked, he's like toned as shit, bro. Like you can tell, like he fucking knows his shit, like the biology behind it all and everything. Like you can just tell. It's either that or
Yeah,
roids, and I
he
don't think
spent
he's on
years on it.
roids.
He still lives in town.
Yeah, because if you can get a body like that and you're natty, which I really believe he's natty, just knowing him and stuff, I really do. Like that's impressive. He's fucking cut, bro.
Yep.
Like, yeah. I remember I remember Settlemeyer,
Miss
everyone would always
Inman.
talk shit about
Miss
his
Inman.
chicken legs. Miss Inman. Dude,
Kicking legs. Sotomayor,
bro, you wanna know
baby.
something really weird that's like, kind of like,
Is he gonna get anybody in trouble?
I won't say who said it, but it's kinda like it's not
Okay.
what do you call it? It was a jab at him being a Jew. That's not racist, but it's something else, but it was funny, right? I can't remember who it
Gee,
was, but
whoa, 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 whoa,
listen,
whoa,
no, this
whoa.
is funny.
They run Spotify, bro. They run
Uh,
Spotify.
yeah, all they did was drop pennies and say, "Are you gonna pick it up?" Is that not allowed? No.
Remember that? Who was that? I remember that. You have to tell it.
I was gonna say
He
it
got
really
suspended
it
for
really
it.
wasn't that
He got
bad,
suspended for it. You have to tell us. You
but
have to tell
yeah,
us.
yeah. Dude, we were in weightlifting class and Settlemeyer was Jewish and we would all joke.
Hodge
Yeah, it was Hodge. And we would all joke around with him because he was cool and we were cool. We didn't really mean it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like,
said he loved
yeah,
it.
yeah. So like he grabbed a handful of pennies and threw them on the ground, like looked at each other for a second. What made it goal was a little pause in between them looking at each other and him looking at the ground, looking up. He's like,
Like, what the
you
fuck?
gonna pick that up?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, we all lost it. The whole class lost it. And the crazy thing was, bro, Settlemeyer's not even the one who got him in trouble. Like another fucking teacher heard about it or heard it happen, something, and someone else
Who
enforced
was
it.
who was who was the guy? Was it Jake McClanahan that was with Hannah Paul? Who was with Hannah Pauly? Because Hannah Pauly was like the ass that everyone
Oh
wanted in
yeah,
school.
she was something. I can't remember who was with her though, and
Who
it
was
was
with that chick
it.
through
I
school?
want to say I don't think
Was it a
I
college cat?
I know
It might have
when
been a college kid.
yeah I was gonna say I know when we went to because when I took Mariah Bryant to formal or whatever, right? We got a limo
Oh,
with
yeah,
Hannah
I remember
Polly.
them days. I remember when Mariah Bryant dude, she's still cool. I think she would even hop on a podcast, bro.
She's
She's mellowed out a lot over the
she's
years.
really fucking cute too, bro. Like really cute.
Well, I don't care about that, but I care that she's cool. I miss her.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
I
just
miss
saying.
CS.
I'm just saying
I miss
she's cute. But
CW.
anyway,
I miss I miss a lot of people from back in the day, and I would love to have get-togethers, bro, but people don't fucking respond to the goddamn invite.
I forget where I was going with this anyway. Yeah, I don't remember.
Sorry.
Lost. It's gone.
It pisses me off, man. You were talking about Mariah Bryant in the formal, though.
Oh, fucking Hannah Polly
Bam,
was
got
with
him.
some fucking dude that didn't go to our school. I remember that because she took him to formal and he was in the limo with us and shit. And yeah, I don't think he was in college, but I want to say he was like older too. But the craziest part
Private
was
school, probably.
she was so pretty, right? And he was like a
And she
dorky
was
motherfucker, and like
fine.
all those really pretty girls would always
She
get
was
with
there for the
dorky
money.
motherfuckers or something, bro. It was just always crazy.
Yes, for the money.
But I distinctly remember that because she was so pretty and he was so goofy looking.
That dude, that's the thing, bro. It's crazy to me, like, but it's cool. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh man, that's fucking nuts. Going down memory lane.
Well, is there anything go ahead.
I was just saying it's just crazy going down memory lane, bro. Ain't thought
It
of.
is. We're gonna have to. I want to get you back for my first paid episode. I think because you. This is the first you're hearing about this, but for the people also that are listening, thank you. By the way, because I'm starting to get enough follows and likes and views that I can start monetizing this bitch here in a few weeks.
Hell yeah,
So
man.
be on the lookout also. Yeah, oh yeah. Be on the lookout also for Chronic Nonsense, which I may invite Ganja here for a surprise visit on that. Skidoo's dropping every day or every other day, so always be on the lookout for Skidoo. And if you ever want to stream good games and have a good time with my boy here, you go to Twitch, you go to YouTube, it's Will Skate for Ganja. If you go to X, it's Will Skate for Gaming, right?
Will Skate Gaming, I think, or maybe it's Will
Will
Skate
Skate
for
Gaming.
Gaming. I
I was
don't know.
close. Fuck you.
I never use X really. I need to get
I don't
into using it more. Yeah, no, hold on. It's Will Skate Gaming. Yeah, it's Will Skate Gaming.
Will Skate Gaming. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
But
And
the Twitch, the Will Skate for Ganja Twitch, I'm actually going live at 8 o'clock for Arma live stream. Mil Sim out. So
is it your Milsim?
yeah,
8 o'clock.
yep, 8 o'clock Eastern
Okay,
time.
well this will literally be released as soon as we're done. I'm uploading it. So
All right, man. Yeah, yeah. About 2 hours from now.
share it. Share it to all your people. I'll be watching as usual.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it.
I try to watch. I honestly do have your shit um belled up. So whenever you go live, I usually try to watch for a few minutes at least before
Yeah,
something else takes my attention.
I'm just starting out, so it's kind of rough. You gotta put in the time to like get in the algorithm to get
But
your
you
stuff up there.
do I do wanna go ahead and give a shout out to your effort, bro, because you do have videos. Like, I mean, shit, I've been doing like, dude, I started doing videos in Twitch fucking fuck, it's what is it, 2025 now? See, I was with 20 so, like, 2019, whenever Xbox stopped doing, like, their Microsoft, record shit and went to Twitch only or Kick only shit,
Yeah,
that's when I really started kicking it back up. So you've already got one of your videos, I think, almost has 1,000
I
views
got
on
I got
YouTube.
2,000. One's got
Okay,
2,000,
well, sorry,
and
I didn't see that one. I apologize. My bad,
oh,
Mr. Badass. No.
it's a few. It's just that's just the shorts though. A few shorts got like one's got 2K,
But
one's
the shorts
1.9
is
something.
what's winning you.
Yeah, yeah, for
The
sure.
shorts is, and that's what I want to get to was I've only done Twitch streams, so your shorts are definitely what's getting you up there, and I hope bringing you on a consecutive basis on the different episodes will help your streaming.
Yeah, man. I really hope so too. Like I'm
If you're
really
willing to come back, obviously, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, absolutely, man. I love chatting with you, bro. I feel like we
Did you
talked
have
about some good
fun?
shit. Oh hell yeah, dude. We had a good time, bro. Catching up and talked about a lot of good shit. I feel like so. Hell yeah, dude. I'd love to come back.
An hour and 45 minutes, pretty good, decent time.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I mean, what's the average norm that you usually go when you're chatting up, or it's just different
So
every time, or
it depends. It depends, and the reason I'm only cutting us short is because I know we could go on for 5.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
and I wanna have you on for different segments, and if I keep going, the different segments will lead into what we'll talk about.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, for the first paid episode, I'd like to have you on and come, like I'd like to do, like, all of our, dirty shit that we did growing
Oh,
up
dude,
and
I got so
all the
much for
grimy
that.
shit that we saw and yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So, people who pay $1 to listen to that episode, and it's only because it could be incriminate shit like that,
yeah,
but,
I got you.
um, the, uh the community episode is all about, like, growing within the gaming community, like, the different branches, the different when it comes to a tree, if you look at a tree, for instance, and that's how I see the gaming community, you have, like, the COD cocksuckers, you got the Fortnite fucking dorks, you
Right.
got
Yeah, yeah,
and you also got the motherfuckers that you vibe with and that you create friendships and relationships with,
yeah.
and that can grow outside of, just gaming. So I wanna have you back on for one of those, and, I mean, to be honest with you, man, I'd like to have you on as a permanent fucking guest on certain episodes, but, we'll go from there, and we'll see how our schedules line up and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely be down for that and open to that, dude. I'm just trying to like, get my foot in the door with this whole like streaming and like gaming channel thing, dude. So
yeah,
like anything that could help with that for sure, and to help you out, get
we'll
some
have
views, and
to
not to mention, bro, you're my boy. I like to, it's just fun to,
yeah, I love
chat.
you to death. It's been a
Yeah.
dude, honest to God, I feel like we're sitting out back right now having beers, like, just
Right.
talking, and it's been nice, it's been real.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So we'll get to that shit. We'll have to find you a lesser fucking mouthful of a name. We'll skate for ganja. We'll have to minus that down for
My
your radio name.
my well, like my Discord and stuff, I go by Chronic or King Chronic.
Chronic, that'll be your shit then.
Yeah.
From now on, when you
So
come in here, it's chronic.
everybody called me that, but I can always like swap. I was thinking about like swapping YouTube name or something, but I don't know. I think for YouTube purposes and Twitch purposes, it's probably fine. Don't you think? Or I don't know. I'm
Yeah, well,
still
that's
really
supposed to.
new into this whole thing, so I'm trying to like kind of
Yeah,
figure out like what works and like what doesn't. You know what I mean? So
it all depends on what you're trying to do, bro. Like I told you, if you're trying to be a brand and you're trying to collect other gamers and be under an umbrella, then you should definitely maintain that, will skate shit because nobody skates anymore. So
right.
not many people are gonna keep those names up. You have plenty of name options, etc., etc.
Yeah, I love
But
skating too. Us-
if you're gonna start going audio and start coming on the radio and shit like that, then I highly recommend you fucking shorten that shit a little
Well, I
bit.
mean, my Discord,
Look for ganja.
everyone's always just called me Chronic, so
Chronic. We'll call you Chronic then from now on.
yeah, yeah. So
So,
yeah.
Will Escape for Ganja is dead. It is now Chronic after this episode, ladies and gentlemen. You saw the first and last Will Escape for Ganja episode. Isn't that crazy?
But I mean, it's still good to like plug that to get that out there channel name wise. You know what I mean? Unless I can change.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, and it's still, I can still put your links and all that other shit. And if you want to tell them they're your links, you're more than welcome to. Your fucking
Yeah.
YouTube, email,
Yeah.
Discord,
But for
whatever.
like your podcast purposes, yeah, I think just probably stick with Chronic. Be easier. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still put your links in the description, though.
Yeah, and I'll easily respond to it because I'm like accustomed to being, called that and stuff when I'm gaming
Exactly.
with other people since that was my Discord name.
Right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. Well, that's all I got for you for this episode. Like I said, I want to have you on for a different or for a couple different ones. So we'll get in touch and we'll get that lined up and scheduled out. And much love. I love you to death. You're a good friend. 25 years, one of my longest friends. And yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Sounds great. Love you too, brother.
Mwah, mwah. You know. See you, Bubba. I love you,
See ya,
man.
brother. Love you. Later. Peace.
See ya.